I cut the deck my own way. I won't let I make a revolution. Back down, you're already broken. Whoa, we're never tired of running. Whoa, we're never tired of hiding. We like to see on the fear in your eyes. Hey, another round, another time we were born for this. Whoa, we're never tired of kidding. Whoa, we're never tired of flying. We're like a demon coming back to life. Hey, not a trace, we're living in the shadows. I've been bleeding through every war. I've tried you all wherever you are. I stand my ground, no matter the cost. I'm never gonna change my way. Don't give a fuck about whoever stands in my way. Don't give a fuck, I cut the deck my own way. I won't lie, I'll make a revolution. Back down, you're already broken.
It used to take 5 apps and a spiritual.
Not a trace. Not a sound. Not a trace, we're living in the shadows. Whoa, we're never tired of running. Whoa, we're never tired of hiding. We like to see on the fear in your eyes. Hey, another round, another time we were born for this. Whoa, we're never tired of kidding. Whoa, we're never tired of flying. We're like a demon coming back to life. Hey, not a trace, we're living in the shadows. Not a trace, we're living in the shadows. Late at night, you never sleep. Your biggest fears knocking at your door. So hard. The same worries pile up in your head. The more you think and the more you fade away. Sometimes you feel you're taking the wrong direction. I know you've got your own demons and regrets. I'll be your candle and I hear me when I say it's never too late to throw it all away and start again. It's never too late to get another chance to kill this pain. It's never too late.
You keep smiling so they don't know. You're so tired that every high gets low. People around make you feel worse. They're like a mirror of what you can't take anymore. Sometimes you feel you take the wrong direction. I know you've got your own demons and regrets. I'll be your candle and I hear me when I say it's never too late to throw it all away and start again. It's never too late to get another chance to kill this pain. You can succeed in everything, be who you wanna be. You can make all the failures you can't change disappear. It's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late. Don't wait till you come.
Welcome in, everybody, to Season 3 of the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series, live here from the Charlotte, North Carolina Speedway, the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to tack on this 1.50-mile asphalt oval located right here in America's home for racing, Charlotte, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys are packed out here tonight on the Madness Racing League, getting ready to go racing. Qualifying is in the books, ladies and gentlemen. We're moments away from getting down on the racetrack, watching the opening laps of Season 3, 150 laps around the Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do things first here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We wouldn't be doing our justice if we didn't support the troops here, so we'll ask you guys to stand and rise as you're able for tonight's Star Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series, kicking off Season 3. It has been one hell of almost a year now of the Madness Racing League. We're already on Season 3. Who's going to go down there in victory lane here tonight? 30 cars pile out the field tonight for the Madness Racing League. That is the biggest one we've had yet. Qualifying is in the books here. We'll go ahead and pull up the results for you. And this is how they're going to shake out here tonight. Ty Robertson on the pole here for the first race of Season 3. He'll go ahead and add that one in the bank to the total score for the Coleman, Alabama driver. And I only know how to go fast. That's damn right. Ty Robertson on the pole here tonight for the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're counting down the time here at the end of qualifying. Looks like everybody's locked in, loaded. As the Jets fly over the Charlotte Motor Speedway here. We're moments away from the Madness Racing League Season 3 opener live here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Hearing from the admin now, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to switch over to the race session here, getting ready to start off the driver introduction portion parts of tonight. We are glad you have chose us to race on your Saturday night here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go and bring up the keys of the race here tonight at the Madness Racing League for the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 3 sets of tires here tonight for 150 laps, 2 in the bank for the overtime if we so desperately need it. 0 fast repairs under the 50 laps around the racetrack. Save those Goodyear tires. Watch that bump in 3 and 4 lap traffic if we get to it. And strategy as we always call it here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like these guys are loading inside of these race cars on the field, and we're missing just a couple more. And we'll go ahead and get tonight's driver introduction portion parts pulled off here tonight. Thank you for joining in here on the Madness Racing League. This is the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I'll be your reporter all night long. Better best believe it's going to get down and dirty here tonight at America's home of racing. I actually got to catch a flight after the Madness Racing League here tonight as I'm doing the broadcast virtually. I'm heading to the Charlotte Motor Speedway tomorrow to catch the Roval in person for like the 4th time in my life. But we're moments away from introducing you possibly your favorite driver. Tons of fans packed out the fan zone here tonight to buy their possibly get an autograph from their favorite driver. Look at these guys rolling deep into tonight's field. Ladies and gentlemen, it's down to be chaos here tonight. 150 laps, something new as well. An all-new, brand-new points format, playoff format, you name it, they got it here for season number 3 of the Madness Racing League. ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we're waiting on just a couple more guys to go ahead and load in. We got our first front couple rows. Starting on the pole tonight from Coleman, Alabama, driving the Credit One Bank Chevy Camaro. That's Ty Robertson. Starting on the outside of him, driving the Chase Johnson Racing number 8 Pinked Out Breast Cancer Awareness Chevy. That's Corey Tesner. Starting in the third place spot here tonight from Greer, South Carolina. That's the 4-time iRacing champion, the STI Johnson machine of Chase Showtime Johnson. Starting in the fourth place spot here tonight, driving the Napa Auto Parts number 15 machine from Gitega. That's Carter Jackson. Starting in the fifth place spot here tonight, driving the FBM Toyota Supra. That's the number 02 from Welford, South Carolina, of Nicholas Maynard. Starting in the sixth place spot here tonight, driving the Barbasol number 19 Toyota Supra from Nancy, Kentucky. That's Logan Perriman. Starting in the seventh place spot here tonight on the backside, driving the number 10 machine from Blue Ridge, South Carolina. That's Cameron Sands. On the inside of Cam will be the number 66 machine making his debut here in the Madness Racing League from Union Beach, New Jersey. That's Neil Rutt the third. On the outside of him will be the number 09 Castro Oil Ford Mustang from Mooresville, North Carolina. Home race here tonight for the number 09 of Holden Wheeler. Driving the 08 Ford Mustang here tonight. That's the Ford machine. That's the Powerade machine, of Jackson Lash. Jonathan Smith driving the number 13 Ford Mustang from Goldsboro, North Carolina, right down the road here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. He'll round out the 11th place spot here tonight. Zachary Wake in the number 88 WeatherTech Chevy Camaro from Smackover, Arkansas. Zachary Wake making his way to the top side of the racetrack, looking to go to the front of the pack. Starting in the number 24 pink and black and white machine from Greenville, South Carolina. That's the number 69 machine, number 24 of James Fountain. On the outside of him will be the Precision Toyota Supra, number 367 from Ramsey. That's Jim Treat. Starting on the inside of him will be the Worth, number 7 Ford Mustang from Pelzer, South Carolina, of Travo Wall. Kevin Tanko's driving the number 4 Budweiser Chevy Camaro from Hawthorne, New Jersey, the 21-year-old, looking to make his way to the front of the back. Starting beside him, the number 33 Home Run Cafe machine from Greer, South Carolina. That's Tony Cook. Driving the number 55, the number 20, Toyota Supra here tonight from Burnside, Kentucky. That's Michael Dern Jr. On the outside of him, driving the number 17 Tide Pods Toyota Supra from Ranger, Georgia. That's Michael Ponder Jr. And starting in the number 23 machine here tonight from Greer, South Carolina, that's the Gorilla Mine number 23 machine of John Michael Bryant. Starting on the inside of him, driving the number 54 M&M's Toyota Supra from Prairie County, Kentucky, that's Trenton John. Starting behind him, driving the number 25 Xfinity Season 2 Season Open winner at Daytona, that's the number 25 of Sean Williams. Starting on the outside of him, that's the father of Logan Perriman. That's from Japan's, Kentucky. That's the number 42 Toyota Supra of Virgil Perriman Sr. Starting on the outside of him, driving the number 1 Chevy Camaro, that's Caleb West. Driving the number 48 large car machine here tonight from Buchanan, West Virginia. That's the large car, Nick Crawford. Starting in the back of the pack here tonight, driving the number 16 Peyton Huss Toyota Supra from Tempe, Arizona. That's the 25-year-old father of 3, Blake Hochschild. Starting in the 27th spot here tonight from Troy, Alabama. That's the number 18 of Trent Hughes. Starting on the pits here tonight, driving the number 59 FBM Cougar Toyota Supra from Clemson, South Carolina. That's cousin Big Country, Kyle Fountain. Alex Fuller from Des Moines, Iowa, not out here on the field tonight, and neither is Nolan Monelez, as well as Alex Fuller. They'll miss the start here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. We're moments away from getting ready to take the green flag here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ty Robertson's on the pole for the first time here tonight for the Season 3 Xfinity Series. We'll remind you all week long on what we have in store for you tonight. Make sure that you are locked and loaded. Headed on over to the YouTube page located in the top right portion of your screen. Get yourself locked and loaded, subscribed over to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You can see all the previous season races there from beginning to end. This should be one hell of a race here tonight, supporting a great cause here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, Racing for the Cure 225. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter the Base Car should hang the left on the pit road this time around, and we should get ready to go racing tonight to kick off the Season 3 of the Xfinity Series. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're going to take one more lap around the Charlotte Motor Speedway, which is A-OK. Doesn't bother me one bit. Trying to get these guys lined out here. 32 of the best, 2 abreast here in the Madness Racing League. Several guys returning for their second, some for their third. Sometime we ain't even seen some of these drivers. Tony Cook back out here on the number 33 machine, as well as Travo Wall. Michael Ponder Jr. on this number 17 is going to look to make something start here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll throw you up there with Billy, the blimp driver. You'll be riding up here at some portion parts of tonight for tonight's battle cam. We will be bringing that to you at some portions of the race once we release these beasts here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go racing here. You see a beautiful day to go racing. We'll bring up the race information one more time. Get ready to tackle on this 1.50 mile and a half length oval. Ladies and gentlemen, temperature outside 90 degrees, so a hot but beautiful day to go racing here at the track surface. Not really soaking up a lot of rubber, so it's going to be slick here on the opening laps. How will these guys contest it here? Heading towards down the back straightaway on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 4 laps are being completed underneath the caution flag. Hearing from the admin, we're getting ready to go racing this time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you came for. Appreciate you joining in on a Saturday night. You could have chose anywhere else but here, but you didn't. Peter the Race Car here at the America's Home for Racing. Got a home race for Peter, and he only lives right down the road. Getting ready to go racing. Ty Robertson on the pole. Corey Tesner will be on the outside. Heading through the Geico restart zone this time around. Peter the Race Car will hang the left on the pit road, and it'll be in the hands of Ty Robertson. Getting ready to go racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Green flag is in the air for Season 3 of the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series live here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Heading across the line, flying towards turn 1 and 2. Not an inch being spared between one of these guys. Flying down into turns 1 and 2. Got a caution flag back here. Trouble in turns 1 and 2. Several guys involved. Holy moly, on the opening lap here, several guys involved. The caution flag is out. We'll back that ass up here for an instant replay presented by the Home Run Cafe. Several guys involved. Looks like Blake Hochschild was able to scoot around that. Looks like Kevin Tanko's turned around here quick and early. The Season 2 champion of Kevin Tanko's already in trouble here. We'll back that ass up. Look for the instant replay here. Kevin Tanko's just gets tagged on the inside, throwing up the racetrack hard on the brakes for everybody. It looks like just guys being collected, but Kevin Tanko's on a wild ride here, opening lap number 1, turn 1. We'll back that ass up here, see if we can't ride out the front windshield of the number 4 of Kevin Tanko's. He gets absolutely obliterated over here on turns 1 and 2. On the start of tonight's event, Season 3, not the way that he wanted to start it out. We'll back that ass up, riding on board with the number 4. Season 2 champion, he just gets tagged and goes around, round and around, and more contact made by Nick Crawford. Virgil Perriman in trouble on the top side as well. Several guys involved. Caleb West will get through. Trent Hughes on the brake. But Kevin Tanko don't have much damage to that race car, but it's definitely there. Peter the Base Car back out on the racetrack quicker than he can pull back onto the pit for tonight's event. Ty Robertson will hold on to the race lead over Chase Johnson. They'll go catch Peter the Pace Car. Looks like we got about 5-6 cars involved in this accident. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Don't go nowhere. Bing, bing! Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel underneath the caution flag for the first time here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Big pile up there Going into turns 1 and 2, got a couple takers coming down pit road. Guys like Nicholas Maynard in this FBM 02 machine, as well as Tony Cook right behind him as Michael Durham Jr. follows, as well as Sean Williams and a bunch of other these guys involved in the accident. So it looks like maybe some of these guys topping off on some Sunoco Racing fuel. See how things play out there. Nicholas Maynard on and off. So it looks like Sunoco Racing fuel only for the 02. Same as Sean Williams and that number 25 machine. Tony Cook still stuck down on pit road. Here comes the boogeyman in the number 23 machine. So several of these guys got involved in the accident. That's the number 55 of Michael Durham Jr. Caleb West still stuck down here on pit road. So you're watching the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season 3 kickoff race live here from the home of racing here in the Charlotte Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina. Ty Robertson's on the pole for he'll win, at least win the first pole of the year, I shall say. Kyle Fallon coming from the pits here. He'll get the wave around. He'll be on the lead lap here. He'll have to fall to the tail end of the field. Hopefully these guys can get it all kinds of situated. We can pick off some green flag laps for you folks here. It's been one hell of a offseason, about a month or so. We've been off of the racetrack. Big shout out to the number 4 of Kevin Tankos. You just seen him go around here to bring out the first caution. No wrongdoing of his own. Gets tagged from the back end. Kevin Tankos, our Season 2 champion. He took the baby back home to Hawthorne, New Jersey. Looks like one to go racing this time around as Peter the pace car has the caution lights coming off of the pace car and the yellow flag standing straight up. Tons of guys are going to be single file here in line until they figure it out. After being involved in the accident, Kyle Fountain will get the wave around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We should be ready to go back racing here momentarily for Season 3. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like nobody was put out of the race right there. Big trouble in the turns 1. Let's see if these guys can regather it up here. We knew it was going to be slick. James Fountain trying to work his way up here to his teammates in that pink number 24 machine driving on by. Corey Tessner in the 3rd place spot. Chase Johnson on the outside. Ty Robertson in the 1st place spot. We'll have Carter Jackson from Kentucky riding out in the 4th place spot. Logan Perriman moving up here in the top 5. Logan Perriman running full-time on the All Out Dirt Tour. If you're new here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel, go check it out. Logan Perriman, dirt driver turned NASCAR here tonight to kick off Season 3. Peter the pace car will roll some cold through the cameras as everybody heads through the back stretch of chicane. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like Kevin Tankos will drive by here on that number 4 pink and white machine, so he'll be back out on the racetrack here for the restart. It'll be all in the hands of Ty Robertson somewhere in the Echo Park restart zone. Just really depends on when he wants to fire off brand new point system here. So no longer do every lap every lap that you lead is 1 point added to your total score. We'll go away with that here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Something brand new here to race for. Several guys in pink here tonight supporting a great cause. We're back green here at the Race for Cure 225 live at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Look at 3 wide already. Carter Jackson on the outside heading into turns 1 and 2. They'll have to figure it out. Can they keep it together this time around? Looks like they're able to. Off of turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. And Chase Johnson looking for the race lead. Quick in early all over Ty Robertson. But he can't get it. Finally delivers at 160 miles an hour. Green here will complete our first green flag lap of the Season 3 Xfinity Series. Live here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Everybody trying to pick a spot and go. Carter Jackson will get a little bit loose at the ball in a 4th place spot, but it'll be Ty Robertson with Chase Johnson off the 2. Battle for the race lead down the back straightaway. Look at this group right here. The top 6 absolutely all over each other here in the opening laps of the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Season 3. That's Neil Rutt, the number 66 on the outside. Full-time modified driver turned Xfinity driver here tonight. Gatega driver of Carter Jackson looking for some revenge. He'll try the bottom side of the number 66, but not able to. James Fountain to get shoved up on the outside of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Neil Rutt will get around Carter Jackson. It'll be Robertson, Johnson, Tessner, Rutt, then Jackson down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Kicking off Season 3 here, quick and early. The battle for the race lead is on between Ty Robertson and Chase Johnson side by side across the line. But it's going to be Robertson in that number 9 machine. Shitting and getting here for the race lead. Chase Johnson will try the top side of the racetrack. Can he clear himself off turn 1 and 2? And it looks like he can. down the back straightaway here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Absolutely soaring through your living room. You're not going to want to miss a thing here. These guys absolutely giving each other hell here. Not an inch being spared between one of these drivers. And there's about a 10, 14, 15 car gap lead there between the number 17 of Michael Ponder Jr., Nicholas Maynard, and the rest of the pack here as these guys try to figure it out and work their way back up here to the front. Blake Hochschild and this number 16 Toyota Supra will work the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. So we got some Toyota Supras lined up in a row here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Toyotas down the back straightaway in a line. So do the Toyotas have something in the hill? But right now it's going to be bow ties rounding out the top 4, 5, 6 spots on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ty Robertson able to get right back around Chase Johnson here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like the caution flag is flown. Caution flag is flown here. There goes Virgil Perriman around on the front stretch. We got some more guys split out back here. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Take a look and see what the absolute hell just happened here. Looks like Jonathan Smith big in the outside wall. He'll go around. Looks like off the front nose of Kevin Tankos. So we'll back that ass up, throw it up there with Billy the Blimp driver, and get you guys a instant replay on what the hell just took place. Looks like Jonathan Smith's going to be the one that falls victim here, driving this number 13 Ford Mustang from Goldsboro, North Carolina. So home race, John Michael Bryant looks like he might pull up to the back end of John Smith, get him loose here, send him hard into the inside wall. Big wreck down on the back straightaway. Looks like we'll back that ass up one more time. It looks like maybe the Boogeyman had a piece of this one. Going down the back straightaway, John Michael Bryant looks like he gets a huge run off the outside. Puts the front bumper to the back of Jonathan Smith. Kevin Tankos nowhere to go, and he slides in front of him, sends him hard into the inside wall. And everybody able to avoid these two race cars. Near disaster for Jonathan Smith, and Kevin Tankos involved in his second wreck already 10 laps into tonight's event. No damage to these race cars, if not much. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Smith's not happy after getting a shot from the Boogeyman, John Michael Bryant. New season, same shit. The Boogeyman blowing to rattle some cages. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel underneath the caution flag. They work across the line. Several takers down onto the pit lane. That's the number 54, of Trent Johns rolling in his box, as well as Michael Bonner Jr. and the Boogeyman, who got a little bit of the back half of Jonathan Smith. John Michael Bryant says they're going to need a half wedge wrench adjustment out the back of this number 23 machine. Give me one Candace and Oakdale Racing Fuel to drop the jacket. The number 23 is off. John Smith said I got absolutely obliterated there on that restart. Not sure what the hell the 23 was thinking. Tony Cook will come in. He'll get a adjustment to the back half of the number 33. Said it was building loose into turn 1 and 2. Felt good through 3 and 4. They'll adjust it just a little bit, half-pound air pressure on the number 33 machine. Kevin Tanko and the rest of these boys still stuck down here in pit road, as Michael Ponder Jr. from Ranger, Georgia says this car needs a little bit of something, not sure what it is, starting to build tight here early into tonight's event. And it looks like Trent Johns up and off of pit road. The number 54 machine will put a little bit of tape on the rear there, fix up the little bit of damage that he does have. And the Kentucky Redneck driver is out and off of pit road as well. It's Caleb West and Michael Ponder Jr. So Ty Robertson, of course, will hold on to the race lead here underneath the caution flag, working their way through 3 and 4 for the third time here tonight. Caution breeds cautions, and we had a big pile up there on the opening lap here to kick off the Season 3 Xfinity Series season. Caught up Kevin Tankos and a couple more drivers, but not too many people were hurt as bad, Holden Wheeler have to come back down on the pit road here and serve a speeding penalty. He'll try to get it knocked off here before they go back green and get it served. The number 9 of Ty Robertson on the pole with Chase Johnson on the outside. These two went at it for about a lap and a half here. Looks like Ty Robertson was able to get back around Showtime Chase Johnson. So we're going to take at least one more more lap around Charlotte Motor Speedway here before we get ready to go back racing. Or we may just be that behind on doubling up. We'll see what the hell takes place here. 12 laps are completed out of the schedule, 150 to in the bank for the overtime if needed. Look at all those cars down on the bottom side of the racetrack. This should be one interesting restart, but it looks like the lights are still on top of the base car of Peter. So we will take at least one more lap here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel before we are back racing here. A couple of guys want to go over here, making their debuts here. People like Zachary Wake from Smackover, Arkansas, and the number 88 WeatherTech Chevy Camaro, as he's looking to run for the championship here full time all year long. And that is a badass paint scheme here tonight in the race for a Cure 225. Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron Sands out here on the racetrack in his AC Racing Chevy Camaro from Blue Ridge, South Carolina. Cameron Sands had his best qualifying effort today here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. See what he can shake out now, currently still sitting in that 8th place spot. Guys, want to talk about guys like the number 24, James Fountain, up 6 spots already from where he started. Don't want to leave out the 367 of Jim Treat, and his Toyota Supra has been bad fast here early as he's moved his way up 5 spots currently in the 9th place spot. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be bringing you the hot topics all night long from the garage. Which drivers to watch out for, especially here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. The betting favorite was going to be Terry Hughes Jr., but Terry Hughes Jr. not able to run full time here in the season 3, so our best condolences are with Terry, and we'll see him out here on the racetrack when he can participate. Terry Hughes Jr. probably a part-time U.S. Navy veteran. Excuse me, looks like we'll have one working his way off pit road. That'll be the large car of Nick Crawford. Got to catch in the tail end of the field here. Looks like we're getting ready to go back racing this time around. Tons of pink in the field, supporting some healthy tits. Ladies and gentlemen, reminding you today to go provide your parents, your sisters, mom, whoever, to go get checked for breast cancer. You never know what could be working inside you. No diddy. 13 laps are complete down the back straightaway. Peter, the base car, is taking his sweet ass time, and he heard that possibly no tax on overtime here soon, and he knows he's going to keep the clock up while we're out here racing. Leave a huge shout out to NapDaddyRacing.com. Make sure you head on over to NapDaddyRacing.com for all your iRacing paint scheme deliveries and needs to get you hooked up there. Tell them the Madness Racing League sent you. Got about 28 cars out on the racetrack right now, getting ready to take the green flag again to the Echo Park restart zone. It'll be all in the hands of, looks like going to be Ty Robinson. We get ready to go back racing. Pick the race car on the pit road. Freddie the flag man will bring them back green. We're back racing here in season 3 for the race for Cure 225. Ty Robertson gets a great jump there that time around on the racing. Don't look like much that anybody had anything to contend for. Much of anything. Papa turn 2 down the back straightaway. Cameron Sands to the top side of the racetrack of that number 10. Sailing down the back straightaway here. Flying through your living room. If you blink, you'll miss it. Robertson, Johnson, Texas to the top 3. Carter Jackson moves up to this 4th place spot in that chromed out number 15 machine. But here comes Sean Williams coming across the nose of the number 33 of Tony Cook. Is Virgil Perriman in this number 42 Toyota Supra. Batman, the nickname, on the top side of the racetrack. Trying to find his way through the dark night here. No pun intended. Down the back straightaway side by side. It's the number 367. Look at these guys absolutely go at it here. Jim Tree in this Toyota Supra will not be denied as he gets around Cameron Sands off 4. Ladies and gentlemen, look at these guys. 28 cars piled in here to the Madness Racing League. We've always talked about if we could get the field full, what would it look like? Contact made back here between Trent Hughes and the number 54 of Trent John. These guys continue to battle it off turn 2. Nick Crawford losing a little bit of touch with the pack. Here comes cousin Big Country Kyle Fountain in the FBM Toyota Supra 59 down on the bottom. He'll make contact with the number 54 and a big save from the limited machine of Trent John. Trent John put it all out. Dirt tour full time, and that dirt work is paying off. He's able to hold on to the racetrack. Kyle Fountain having to get down and dirty here for some positions. Everybody able to hold it over. 17 laps are completed after the schedule 150. And it looks like we'll finally get some green flag laps here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as everybody spanned out down the back straightaway. Cousin Big Country Kyle Fountain will pull up to the back bumper of the other Toyota Supra, and he'll slap the outside wall. Big contact there for the number 59. You're riding on board with Sean Williams. Sean Williams won the Daytona season opener for season 2, so he knows where victory lane is here on the Madness Racing League. He's just got to dial in his number 25 Camaro, working his way down on the bottom of 1 and 2. If you're liking what you're seeing, slap that like button, press that follow button. Tony Cook on the march, trying to run down the number 25 of Sean Williams. Look at his battle right here. We got about 4, 5, 6, 7 cars in tow here. Tons of Toyota Supras. You know what that means, folks? I think it's time we bring up the first battle cam here of Season 3, live from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll bring up the battle box as well and include it. This is the battle for the 9th place spot. Trevor Wall, Nicholas Maynard, Tim Trees, Blake Koschau going out of here down the back straightaway. Contacts made. Big shot into the inside wall. Cameron Sands goes around. Caution flag fly. A huge shot there right as we go into the battle cam. Cameron Sands takes a hard shot to the inside wall, trying to get off the racetrack. Kevin Tanko's coming around. He'll barely miss it. John Michael Bryant tore up in the accident. We'll back that ass up here for the instant replays. You've seen it right there on your battle cam. Holy ever living shit. John Michael Bryant hard into the inside, safe for barrier. And that's without a sledgehammer shot from the number 10 of Cameron Sands to the outside. Maybe battling some internet connection issues. Looks like John Michael Bryant's just about to get collected into something that may or may not have been his incident. Michael Durham Jr. will be the guy that gets into the left rear quarter panel of Cameron Sands. Michael Durham Jr. from Burnside, Kentucky. We'll back that ass up here on the instant replay. Take a look at contacts definitely made there. It's Cameron Sands is hard into the outside, safe for barrier, back up the racetrack. Throws him around like a fucking pinball. Holy shit, we'll back that ass up here and see if we can't ride around with Cameron Sands. Holy hell. As he'll take one crazy ride down the back straightaway behind the 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard. Michael Durham Jr. might think it's just clear, comes up, clips the left rear of Cameron Sands, hard on the inside, safe for barrier, back up to John Michael Bryant. Hard into Trent Johns, right back down in the traffic to Caleb West, and the left front toe link is absolutely gone out that number 10 machine. We'll back that ass up one more time, see if we can't ride on board. And ladies and gentlemen, if you suffer from vertigo, this might not be the ride for you. Ladies and gentlemen, track workers are out on the racetrack. The AMR safety crew are attending to the number 10 of Cameron Sands. As you see the gasket stuck there, trying to get him off of the racetrack. Big shot to the inside, safe for barrier. John Michael Bryant. Look, that ass is tore up here. So going to back that ass up. We'll back it up one more time and ride on board with the boogeyman from Greer, South Carolina. And your mom is absolutely pissed. Tell her to go ahead and pack up the cooler, as it looks like the number 23 Toyota Supra's day is done. We'll ride out the front nose of John Michael Bryant on board with the boogeyman. You'll see what he's seeing. Boom! Hard on the outside wall. Coming back up the racetrack. Nothing that the boogeyman can do. Down a cylinder. The left rear toe link is absolutely destroyed. John Michael Bryant has no choice but to bring it down here on the bottom side of the racetrack. A big cleanup ahead of us here off the exit of turn 3 and 4. Right as we were getting ready to go green flag racing on a long run, possibly. The credit one bank number 9 Chevy Camaro of Ty Robertson will redeem the race lead. We're back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Bang! Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the drive for a Cure 225 live here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Here to the base car. Has the field behind him. See if we get any takers on the pit road this time around. Looks like James Fountain will be the first guy to bring it on down and see what the hell they'll do. His Blake Koschau will come down, as well as the kid of Nicholas Maynard, Sean Williams, Kyle Fountain, another FBM Motorsports machine. The only 2 left in the field. Kevin Tanko's bringing it down pit road as well. Kevin Tanko's not having the season 3 start that he was looking for, involved in 2 accidents already. Kevin Tankles will bring it down on the pit road and pull into his box. He says, give me a little bit of damage, try to fix everything that you can. This thing is a piece of garbage right now. They'll take a half pound adjustment out the left rear here, try to tighten up the number 4 Budweiser machine of Kevin Tankos. So there's not going to be much they can do on the damage. Blake Koschall up and off of pit road. It'll be Sunoco Racing fuel only for the number 16 Paint House machine of Blake Koschall as he works his way up and off of pit road. The same with Nicholas Maynard. Sunoco Racing fuel only for the number 02 Toyota Supra, as the number 25 of Sean Williams will do the exact same thing, but add a pound of right rear air pressure, trying to loosen up that race car. John Smith still stuck down here on pit road, trying to get out of this race car, but his team is making him fight. Here comes the cousin Big Country Machine, Cougar FBM Toyota Supra of Kyle Fallon. He'll get Sunoco Racing fuel and some damage patched up on the Toyota Supra of the number 59. Kayla West coming off of pit road as well. Get the damage fixed there after contact with Cameron Sands on the number 7. Virgil Perriman stuck down on pit road and it won't let him go nowhere. It is stuck on the red blocks. Virgil Perriman glitched out on pit road. The number 55 of Michael Durham Jr. will come off of pit road this time around. That'll allow the number 55 of Michael Durham Jr. to stay on the lead lap here. We hope you guys are promised to stay around for quite a while. Only 22 laps into tonight's event out of the scheduled 150. We're going to be here for a while. Ty Robertson, the race leader, with Corey Tesner on the outside. Chase Johnson will round out the 4th place spot here, telling me that Neil Rutt was registered in the 3rd place spot when we were underneath the caution flag. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've watched up to this point here so far, your favorite driver, if he's been fortunate enough to miss the race, may still be in the field. Tons of guys with white, pink, black, pink, whatever you want to call it. Pink out here for the race for Acre 225. I got to catch a flight tomorrow on over here to Charlotte Motor Speedway. I will be attending the NASCAR Cup Series Roval in person. We'll see what things shake out there tomorrow. Right now, that's what we have, a Roval of Calamity. Down the back straightaway with Peter the Pace car. Sits about 24 cars now left in tonight's race. So we'll show you guys all the pit stop strategies when we get up and going. We got one more working his way off the back half of the field. Ty Robertson's going to be in control of the restart here when we go back racing. Here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, presented by MGM Resort. Off of turn 4, here comes the number 4 of Kevin Tankos. An abysmal day here for the Budweiser number 4 Chevy Camaro of Kevin Tankos. It's got some work to do. Ladies and gentlemen, Ty Robertson through the Echo Park restarts on back green here on the Booty Scoot channel. Racing at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Everybody trying to get up through the gears. They're having to hold on to it. A couple guys spin some tires. Ty Robertson able to hold on to the race lead in the wall. That'll be Jonathan Smith working off the bottom side of the racetrack, so he's going to have to blend into the traffic here. It's going to be calamity down the back straightaway. These guys are going to have to pick a line. Everybody will move up to the middle side of the racetrack. That'll allow the number 13 of Jonathan Smith to pull right into traffic where he wants to. 3, 4, 5 guys tail try the top side of 3 and 4. It'll work for at least 2 of them. And James Fountain falls right behind Tony Cook. Will complete the lap of Chase Johnson. Corey Tester trying to get the race lead from Ty Robinson. But Ty Robinson will let you take 1 and 2 this time on the outside. That'll give Corey Tester the race lead there that last time around. He'll work his way for the lead down the back straightaway. Can Corey Tester clear himself? No, he can't. Not quite across the number 9 of Ty Robertson. Into turn 3 and 4. It's a drag race. It's anybody's ball game. Ty Robertson will give up the position. James Fountain will roll to the top side of the racetrack. And here comes the number 88 of Zachary Wake on the outside. Logan Perriman trying to get a clean-cut shave to the front here in that Barbasol number 19 Toyota Supra. No pun intended. 3 wide at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And the number 09 of Holden Wheeler and his Castrol Ford Ford Mustang will think better of it. He'll give a little shove to James Fountain into turns 3 and 4. Travo Wall, the number 7 Ford Mustang, is on the move right now down the back, across the front stretch here, trying to get around the number 09 of Holden Wheeler. It's Nicholas Maynard trying to join the party here. This number 02 Toyota Supra down 8 spots from where he started. He's got some work here. He's got a couple guys in front of him here. We're watching Brother Battle off of the exit of turn 2. Looks like Kyle Fountain will clear himself in front, and that's the battle back here of Michael Durham Jr. Looks like Michael Ponder Jr. has joined the party as well. Trent Hughes holding up a traffic jam here, trying to get back around the number 59 of Kyle Found, but just can't quite seem to get it back around to Michael Durham Jr. back out on the racetrack. Kevin Tango losing a little bit of speed here on the back half of the field as he's trying to get away from the lap traffic car of the number 48 of Nick Crawford. Tons of damage to the number 4 machine. They work their way off turns to Kyle Found. Nicholas Maynard, Travo Wall can't seem to settle it out here. Travo Wall will try back down on the inside of the kid of Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard will go to the top side of the racetrack, trying to get around the number 7 Ford Mustang. But James Fountain will elect to go the outside as well. Who will that help on the draft? 28 laps complete here out of the scheduled 150. Not seeing many cars battle much of the handling condition. Nobody quite loose off the corner yet. We really have to get some green flag laps put onto these set of Goodyear tires that they started tonight's race with. Ladies and gentlemen, the 367 of Mike Treat, working his way up through the field right now. Jim Treat, has a fast race car, just posted the second fastest lap time on the racetrack at a 31 flat. Compared to the race leaders, 31.05. So Jim Treat in this Ramsey and this Toyota Supra Precision 361 and 367, has a little bit of a long run speed, but we'll have to wait to let the run to continue to develop out here before we make any conclusion. It'll be Corey Tesler and Ty Robinson across the line, and that's the battle for the race lead. Holding Wheeler, Jim Treat battling back here with the old-timer Tony Cook down the back straightaway. These two guys cannot seem to get away from each other. Door to door here, Tony Cook will not give an inch to Jim Treat, and Jim Treat don't expect it, but Tony Cook gets the spot. And here comes a hard charging James Fountain up the middle, trying to run down the backside. He'll pull in front of the kid of Nicholas Maynard, and Holden Wheeler will join the party down on the bottom side. What a sold-out crowd here tonight for the Madness Racing League. Nicholas Maynard will gas up through 1 and 2. Get a run on the outside. Can he clear the number 24? As he'll get around the number 09 of Holden Wheeler. Not quite down the back straightaway. The kid will take the top side again. Through 3 and 4, James Fountain gets real tight, trying to take it up the racetrack. 3 wide at the Charlotte Motors Speedway. Can they clear it himself? Yes, they will. James Fountain will think better of it and back out of the 3 wide. 32 laps complete here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Race for a curve, 2:25. Riding on board with the number 09 of Holden Wheeler. Holden Wheeler trying to save a little bit of Goodyear tire here on the long run. Remember, folks, the keys of the race, you're going to have to watch out for that turns 3 and 4. This, ladies and gentlemen, racetrack in Charlotte, North Carolina was built on a landfill off the exit of turns 2. In the beginning of turns 3, all of that backstretch was built on a landfill, and over time the landfill has started to sink in, creating really much like divots inside of turns 3 and 4, which are really, really, really bumpy. It will make these Xfinity cars step out with no problem at all. So these drivers really got to be on their P's and Q's here tonight. Meanwhile, this battle up here between Logan Perriman and his Barbasol number 19, Zachary Wake, trying to join the party. Can he clear himself around the number 33? Neil Wright will slap the outside wall. That'll be big trouble for the number 66 machine from Union Beach, New Jersey. He's trying to get it up and going here, losing some momentum here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Nicholas Maynard on the outside, the 367 of Jim Treat on the inside, door to door down the back straightaway. The Toyota Supras are coming to life here on the long run. 1, 2, 3 of these Toyota Supras are up 4 or more positions from where they started, hauling up through the field right now. Currently, 4 bow ties round out the top 5 spots on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. It's anybody's ball game. Ty Robertson got about a 10-car length gap lead over Corey Riptide Tetzler. Chase Johnson being followed hard by Carter Jackson Jr. Zachary Wake continues to battle door to door with Logan Perriman down the back straightaway. Tony Cook, Jim Treat, Holden Wheeler round out the top 9. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll throw it up to the battle cam so you can go around the Madness Racing League for the fight's first Madness Racing League fast and loud here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel for season The more you smack that like button, the louder it'll get. Welcome back here on the Speedway Racing Channel. These guys are absolutely flying around the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and that'll wrap up tonight's Madness Racing League first Fast and Loud of the Season 3 Xfinity Series. Ladies and gentlemen, why I have your attention, I want to remind you, here is the remaining schedule for the Xfinity Series. 2 weeks from now, we'll be at the Rockingham Speedway for 120 laps around that mile racetrack on the old surface. It is going to eat up some Goodyear tires. So guys better take into account tonight how much they should start saving on how to get better in saving. This is the remaining schedule for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season 3. Jim Treat trying to go up to the top side of the racetrack and find a little bit of grip in his Toyota Supra. He's not able to pull away from the number 19 of Logan Perriman quite like he wants to. He'll battle door to door down the back straightaway, and Tony Cook has really started to enter the chat, folks, no pun intended. On the outside, followed by Kyle Fountain, James Fountain, the younger brother right behind him, James Fountain. Going off backwards here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Looks like Logan Perriman will bring it down on the pit road, and the green flag cycle stops have begun here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Logan Perriman will bring it down on the pit road. He says, I need 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. We'll split it 42. So I would imagine the next pit stop somewhere around 84 for Logan Perriman, his Toyota Supra. He'll pull into his box. They'll jack up the right side of the race car. It's going to be 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel, and a brand new ice pack and a half adjustment out the back end wedge bar of the number 19 Barbasol machine, and he'll work his way off a pit road. Meanwhile, we got a busy pit road. Here comes Corey Tester, Chase Johnson from the race lead. These two guys are battling hard for the race lead. Corey Tester says, I need 4 Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. Do not touch the race car. I love how it feels. His team owner, Chase Johnson, saying the exact opposite. Says, free this car up. I need to be able to dry off the right rear. The number 5 of Chase Johnson on and off pit road here. They'll take 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Looks like Chase Johnson taking none. It'll be 2 cans. Yes, 4 fresh Goodyear tires for Chase Johnson and Corey Tester as CJR come on and off pit road together as a unit. Here comes Zachary Wake. He'll take 4 fresh tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. Ty Robertson bringing it down on the pit road from the race lead. He's got the number 1 pit box here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Trent Hughes working his way out of pit road. He said, do not touch this race car. Feels amazing. 4 Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel for the number 18. Ty Robertson, former race leader, says we have to be on and off here through the strategy. 4 tires and a can of Sunoco Racing fuel for the number 9 machine. Carter Jackson pulls into his top, they'll jack up the left side of the race car. It'll be 4 fresh Goodyear tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel for, looks like, Carter Jackson. Here comes Jim Treat and the number 367. He'll slide in his box here down on pit road. And the 367 boys will jump over the wall. It'll be 4 fresh Goodyear tires, a half-pound adjustment out the right rear for the 367 Precision Toyota Supra, and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. Neil Rutt from Union Beach, New Jersey, driving the number 66 Chevy Camaro down on the pit road. 4 fresh Goodyear tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel, and that'll round up everybody on pit road. That'll give Holden Wheeler the race lead here on the pit cycle down the back straightaway, and he's got about a 4 or 5, about a 10, 11, 12 car lead, that lead over the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard, and that'll be the cycle here as Kyle Fallon, cousin Big Country, this number 59 Supra has stayed out on the long run, so a blue oval leads the race, followed by 2 Toyota Supras as the pit cycle continues to work its way out here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll see how things work out, but it looks like Team Toyota, at least for FBM on the long run here, we've seen both of these cars come down on getting 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel underneath the previous caution, so they'll stay out a little bit longer here. We'll see how the strategy plays, but here comes Ty Robertson, the former race leader, as he's trying to get himself on lap quick and in a hurry, as we're on lap 47 of 152. The best bet that Kyle Fallon could have to do right here is back it up just a notch and try to survive through the pit cycle. Meanwhile, Holden Wheeler into turn 1, followed by Nicholas Maynard right behind him, and here comes the rest of the pack on the Review Racing channel. Holden Wheeler, oh, look at this 4 wide at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. James Fountain, Corey Tesner putting it where it don't fit, but you gotta do what you gotta do, trying to get back to the race leader and unlap himself on these 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Zachary Wake trying to do the same here. Looks like Tony Cook finally calling it quits. He'll bring it down on the pit road. Here comes Travo Wall, 4 fresh Goodyear tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel for the work number 7 Ford Mustang Nick Crawford on and off pit road. He'll get an adjustment and a can of Sunoco Racing fuel. Logan Perriman brings it on the pit road, and he is stuck. He'll hop out of that race car. Trent Hughes coming down on the pit road in his Bass Pro Shops number 18, 4 tires and a can of Sunoco Racing fuel. Travo Wall speeding on pit road. Still watching and waiting for the pit cycle to work its way through here. Kyle Fountain in the second place spot. In the third place spot currently right now. He's got the lap tracker behind him. He'll throw a block on the bottom side. Contact's made by Corey Tesla. That'll ship Kyle Fountain up the racetrack. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Nobody going to spare anybody an inch here through the pit cycle. You got to get up and go, and you don't want to burn a set on your strategy. If you're going to do something different, you got to make up the second position. That's how the green flag cycle works. Sean Williams back out on the racetrack trying to run it long here. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, top 10 guys have stayed out. 11 guys, 10 guys, have stayed out here on the long run trying to make something shake. Here comes the number 17 Tide Pods machine of Michael Ponder Jr. And I shouldn't have to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, watch your kids. They're eating Tide Pods these days. Michael Ponder Jr. and his Toyota Supra pulls into his box 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel, and a half wedge adjustment out the back end. Holden Wheeler will surrender the race lead, bring it down on the pit road. 4 fresh Goodyear tires for the number 09 Castro Ford Mustang and a can of Sunoco Racing fuel. That'll give the 02 of Nicholas Maynard the race lead here through the pit cycle. Corey Tesner in the number 19 of Logan Perriman, as well as Zachary Wake, will work their way across the leader here and unlap themselves. So they have to run all the way back around to be back in the race lead. It'll be James Fountain trying to fail right behind the kid of Nicholas Maynard. That's the second place spot as he's got around his older brother Kyle Fountain. Sean Williams down on the paint. Kyle Fountain right now a traffic jam to the rest of these folks here that are on brand new Goodyear rubber. Ladies and gentlemen, this is anybody's ball game. Jim Treat pulls up to the back bumper, the other Supra in front of him, and has no choice but to get Kyle Fountain arrow loose up the racetrack as Kyle Fountain tries to hold on to the race car. Michael Durham Jr. will bring it down on the pit road. Nicholas Maynard the race leader yet to bring it on down. So the cycle continues on the long run. Michael Durham Jr. has no choice but to call it quits. He'll bring it down here on his pit box. 4 fresh Goodyear tires for the Aaron's Lucky Dog, number 55, Toyota Supra, and he'll be at 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Do not touch the race cars. It feels amazing right now. Here comes James Fountain. Nicholas Maynard's heading into turns 1. Ladies and gentlemen, who is going to get what, when, where, and why as Michael Ponder Jr. works his way off of pit road? Don't get it twisted, folks. We'll get you right here. We'll make sure that you are understanding what we got for you here tonight on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. Green flag pit stops. Here comes the race leader, Nicholas Maynard, and he'll get his FBM teammate, Toyota Supra of Kyle Fountain, to join him right behind him. So FBM Toyotas are on something totally different here tonight. The 02 pulling down on the pit road. It'll be 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel, and a half-winch wedge adjustment out the back end of the 02 machine. Kyle Fountain will pull into his box. 4 fresh Goodyear tires and 1 can of Sunoco Racing fuel for the Cougar FBM Toyota Supra. They'll drop the jack and Kyle Fountain's off. 4 Goodyear tires for the kid of Nicholas Maynard. They'll drop the jack and he'll be on and off of pit road. And here comes James Fountain. He'll come around. It looks like maybe the caution flag is flown. Caution flag is out here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. Not sure what for. What to back that ass up here. Looks like that may or may not kill the kid of Nicholas Maynard on the pit strategy call, as well as Kyle Fountain. We'll have to find the victim, though, see who went around here. Maybe one of these guys in the back half of the pack. That was a lap down. We'll back that ass up here for the instant replay and take a look and see what the hell just happened here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. There it is right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Ponder Jr. and the number 17 Toyota Supra was who we were looking for here. That brought out the caution flag for the 4th time tonight. Him and Holden Wheeler, both of these guys just came off of pit road. Can have no more than 3 to 4 laps on these Goodyear tires. Working their way all 3. Looks like Michael Ponder Jr. just slaps the outside wall, comes right down across the nose of Holden Wheeler. But he's able to keep it off of the racetrack out in front of everybody else with the caution flag. Will fly here for the Tide Pod 17 machine of Michael Ponder Jr. from Ranger, Georgia. And the doctor is going to have to go down the pit road and get it doctored up here. Tons of guys still stuck down on pit road through the cycle. We'll see how things shake out here for guys like Tony Cook, Nicholas Maynard, and Kyle Fountain, who just came off pit road. We'll be back in just a moment. James Fountain, the race leader here on the long run, will have to bring it out on the pit road and service that number 24 machine. Back in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel, flying high above the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Drive for a Cure 225. Tyler Robertson and that number 9 white and pink machine right there below you has redeemed the race lead here through the pit cycle. James Fountain and the rest of the guys that had yet to service their race cars brought it on down to pit road. Tony Cook should get the wave around this time around as he's scheduled on the lead lap. He'll fall to the tail end of the field. Kevin Tango's underneath the commercial brake, turned around in his pit box. Kevin Tango's cannot catch a break here tonight on the pit road. So he's on and off. He's been down here 3, 4, 5 times now for damage accessibility to that race car. Chase Johnson will bring it down on the pit road one more time to repair some damage. So will Michael Ponder Jr. as he goes around to bring out the caution flag. Looks like we will get the one to go racing this time around. We're doubled up. It's going to be Robertson, Tesner, Maynard, Fountain, the front 2 rows, followed by Hochschild, Williams, Weiss, and Wake. That'll be the top 6 drivers, the top 3 rows, however you'd like to see it. Call it, have it, want it. You can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, 16 cars still scheduled on the lead lap. Holden Wheeler will be in the lucky dog position in that white and green Castrol Ford Mustang on the back half of the outside line. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you came for. We're almost at the halfway point. Stick around with us. We are trying to knock it off the best of our abilities. We had one hell of a little green flag run right there. It allowed us to get some green flag pit cycle up and going. Bring some action to your living room, right to your speakers, to your ears. Some brand new content. Make sure you're checking out the YouTube page as this will be posted over to that right after the conclusion of the checker flag. Ladies and gentlemen, Holden Wheeler playing a little games with you. They are going underneath the camera, trying to make you feel stupid. The lights are back on top of the pace car, so that means that we still have some guys catching up to the back half of the field here. See how they're trying to figure it out here, see who goes what, when, where, and why. Got a couple more takers down on the pit road. Ladies and gentlemen, not sure what these guys have in store or in plan. But ladies and gentlemen, ready to flag man has that flag single-handedly sticking straight up. Like I said, reminds me that we're getting ready to go racing. The lights are off on top of the pace car. Keep pacing anymore like this, the lights will come on for the racetrack. We'll be racing underneath the lights here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, 60 laps complete here. Have about 23 laps of it completed underneath the caution flags. Everything else has been some action-packed racing, beating and banging. Some absolute crazy saves. We had a 3-4 car battle for the 9th place spot until contact was made and sent around one of the drivers, Cameron Sands, who took out John Michael Bryant. John Michael Bryant, your mom's favorite driver. Your mom's not going to be happy here tonight when she leaves Charlotte. It's going to be a long trip, especially if you live up north or out west and you came out here tonight to support the Madness Racing League. I would hate to hear her bickering and bitching on the way back. Tell her to shut the hell up, buy her another beer, light her another cigarette. Get ready to go back racing here in the Madness Racing League. Season 3 Xfinity kickoff race live from the home of America's Racing, Charlotte Motor Speedway, where some of the greatest NASCAR drivers have cut their teeth. It's going to be tight. Robertson just like all the restarts before, on the race lead. This time they'll have Tesmer on the outside with Maynard right behind him. Fountain will be in the 4th place spot as Holden Wheeler catches the back half of the field. Ready, green flags back in the air here for the race course here, 225 live here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, heading back into turns 1 and 2, moving up through the air. Crazy opening lap right there. Michael Ponder Jr. works his way off of pit road. Caleb Weiss has the fastest restart lap right there. He's up to the top of the pole with a 32 lap for the race leader. 32.69. So Caleb Weiss, oh, he got trouble down the back straightaway. Caution flag is out. Jim Treat goes around. Caution flag is out here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. Jim Treat is around. Kyle Fallon, Cousin Big Country involved as well. Looks like Zachary Wake will get a little bit of it. Looks like Kevin Tankos might have been actually able to miss one here. We'll back that ass up. Come right back from the Madness Racing League fast and loud on the restart just in time as a pile up down the back straightaway. We seen on the back straightaway camera from Jim Treat. Looks like he got tagged and turned around. by Zachary Wait. We'll back that ass up here. Ride with Jim Treat down the back straightaway here. Take a look and see what the hell is happening. Heading down the back straightaway, Jim Treat turned hard into the outside wall. Not sure what caused that initially here, but Tony Cook involved. Kyle Fountain involved. Tony Cook really able to scrape out through that. Jim Treat, though, hits the outside wall pretty decently. Zachary White looks like he'll get the most damage out of all the race cars involved, though. We'll back that ass up one more time, see if we can't ride out the front nose of Jim Treat, and see what the hell happened here through the windshield of the number 367. We'll back it up here. Looks like he was just getting pinched to the outside wall across the nose. The number 88 of Zachary Wait takes himself. So tons of guys involved in the accident. The 367 machine of Jim Treat, though, trying to get slowed down here. Don't look like much damage. Kyle Fountain, got tore up bad here. Looks like minimal damage, if any. Kevin Tanko is finally able to avoid disaster here, but we're back underneath the caution flag here for the 5th time here tonight. Ty Robertson, the race leader, and his credit won bait breast cancer, number 9. We'll be back in just a second. Don't go nowhere.
Why am I feeling so alone? Everything is so cold. I'm a mess, now you're gone. Someone help me holding on, 'cause I still feel your hello, hello. I know that I'm living with ghosts. I'm living with ghosts. Tell me you're still alive.
We're back here on the Mini School Racing channel underneath the caution flag for the 5th time here tonight after Zachary Wake goes across the front nose of Jim Treat. No wrongdoing of Jim Treat. Looks like Zachary Wake just misjudged it. A couple more takers down on the pit road, led by the kid of Nicholas Maynard. Tony Cook will pull in right behind him. Jim Treat will come in to get a little bit of the damage fixed, as well as Jonathan Smith. He'll come down on the pit road, as well as cousin Big Country Kyle Fountain, Kevin Tankos, and Tony Cook. We'll see how things shake out here. Zachary Wake trying to get the damage fixed on that race car. We'll watch for the exit of pit road and see who wins. It looks like it's going to be a hard-charging Nick Crawford working his way off of pit road in this number 48. So while guys continue to get their cars worked on here on the Charlotte Motor Speedway in the garage area, as a couple of the drivers have been put out of tonight's race quick and in a hurry. Guys like Jackson Lush, John Michael Bryant, Trenton Johns, and Cameron Sands still off of the racetrack right now. Tons of damage to those race cars. Those crews are going to have a lot of work ahead of them this week. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a big shout out to the number 16 machine of Blake Hochschild, up 22 spots from where he started. Blake Hochschild currently the hard charger right now. He will be in contention to get the bonus points to add him to his total score if he can continue to climb up the standings. Only 3 more spots between Blake Hochschild and the race lead here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Clean air is key. We've seen it be time and time again. See how things shake out here. Looks like we're getting ready to get the one to go racing time this time around. It's going to be Robertson on the inside, Tesser on the outside, followed by Fountain, Hochschild, Williams, Weiss, Rutt, Durham, Perriman, then Johnson. That'll be the top 10 drivers here on the Booty School Racing channel. Started with 32 cars. We are slight down to 16 out on the track on the lead lap. We'll have 19 on the racetrack in total. For the nighttime here this week, Ty Robertson is going to be the race leader. You should have known that by now, especially if you were here right before the caution flag came out. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in here tonight on a Saturday night. Sticking it up, wait, let us at 1:15 a.m. currently right now, Eastern Standard Time. And these guys have ran a little long here tonight. We're not even halfway through, but it's a Saturday night, and I got nothing better to do. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go back racing here for the race for their 225. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars trying to catch the back half of the field. right. That's the number 59 of Kyle Fallon. Jim Treat and a couple more guys will kill the music here from Peter the Base Car. We're getting ready to head back to the Geico restart zone. Things are getting shit and getting here on the Moon Street Racing channel. Jim Treat still back out here. Looks like his Toyota Supra don't have much damage, if any, to it. Ty Robertson is going to be the race leader. James Fallon, Corey Tesler are going to be the guys right behind him, getting ready to fire back off here in America's home of racing. At the Charlotte Motor Speedway, green flag is back in the air here. 65 now, 66 laps complete. Out of the schedule, 150. Two in the bank for the overtime. If we need them, bring it back through the gears. Hit it from turn one. Fanned out, 3 on the top side, 4, 5, 6 go more with them. 5, 9, 12 down on the bottom side. It's anybody's ball game down the back straightaway. If you're going to make the moves, you got to do it now on the restart with the keys of the race. These guys are up and going through the gears quickly, back up to full speed already. It's going to be Robert, Fallon, 10 for the top 3 off of turns 3 and 4. Here comes Blake Hochschild looking for another spot here, as he's already moved and marched his way up here to the 4th place spot. Blake Hochschild will not be denied here, working their way through turn 22. James Fallon looking for the race lead underneath Ty Robertson. Can he clear for the race lead? James Fallon has the freshest set of Goodyear tires, and he'll pull right by the number 9 of Ty Robertson. James Fallon was able to stay out on the long run there. The caution flag will come right into the hand of the number 24 machine from Greenville, South Carolina. So James Fallon didn't have to make much of a trip up here to Charlotte to compete here tonight for the Madness Racing League. He'll come out to the race lead here with 68 laps complete on tonight's event. Corey Riptide Tesner back in here for season 3 for the Xfinity Series after being suspended out of the Madness Racing League in every single series for a month. Corey Tesner put on the probation list here after making several contact with guys last season, looking to hope and clean it up, try to get it up and going this time. But look at this right here, the number 55 of Michael Durham Jr. has worked his way back up into the picture. We've seen the Aaron's Lucky Dog 55 Supra get tied up in some incidents earlier tonight as he works his way down the back straightaway. Chase Johnson has no choice but to fill back into the spot. Will Michael Durham Jr. close it down on the bottom side? Yes, he will. It's Caleb Weiss in this number 1 machine. Caleb West, the number 1 machine, slaps the outside wall there, but he's able to hold on to it. These guys have been scraping the outside wall. Don't want to knock the toe out of these race cars. Nicholas Maynard trying to get around Sean Williams in this number 25 machine. And the Turning Point USA FBM Toyota Supra heads down the back straightaway. He'll do just that. Trying to run down the number 1 machine, looking out the front nose of the 02. Not seeing the kid fight his hands any kind of which way here, riding on board Blake Hochschild. Blake Hochschild taking it easy there, trying to run down the 3rd place spot as James Fallon has gotten around Ty Robertson for the race lead. Blake Hochschild on a similar strategy here with those tires. Can Blake Hochschild hold off the rest of the crew behind him here and try his best to get to the front of the pack? Fallon, Robertson, Hochschild, Durham, and Johnson, the top 5 on the Racing channel. Picking off laps here slowly but surely at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We are glad that Marcus Smith had us out here tonight in the Madness Racing League. Want to give a big RIP to Humpy Wheeler, a all-time GOAT here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Made shit shake. You want to know how Evel Knievel became a man? He met Humpy Wheeler. Put him in charge. Oh, almost across the nose of Corey Riptide Tesner there is the number 1 of Caleb West. As they looks like they'll clean it all up here before they get back into turns 1 and 2. Sean Williams almost had some disaster there riding around with Corey Riptide Tesner. He'll get his nose cut off by the number 1 of Caleb West. Chase Johnson, Nicholas Maynard, 2 of these guys in white and pink cars, 2 totally different manufacturers, not racing on the same team. Don't get it twisted. Racing for a cause here tonight, racing for the Bears 25. That cause is breast cancer. If you know anyone or have a loved one affected by breast cancer, our prayers are with you. This is our reminder to go get checked out today. Remind your mom, sister, brother, yourself to go get checked out for breast cancer. Anybody can have it. You never know what's walking inside of you. The kid of Nicholas Maynard here in this number 02 FBM Turning Point USA Toyota Supra has the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around with a 39.3 to the race leaders, 39.7. Not much of a difference, but it is definitely going to have to come into effect here. Hopefully, we can take off some more green flag laps and get another green flag cycle for pit stops. Ty Robertson's worked his way up here to the second place spot. He's now being challenged down on the bottom side. Here comes Blake Koschchild. They had to search and search down the back straightaway, door to door. Nobody's going to give an inch. Will Blake Koschchild lift a little bit early to try to accommodate? Yes, he will. He'll let the number 9 pull right here, pack a little bit of air on the left rear quarter panel, send the credit one bank Chevy Camaro up the racetrack. And it looks like Ty Robertson starting to regret pitting early here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. The tires are all different kinds of different stratus-wise. Blake Koschchild down on the bottom of the racetrack here. And Chase Johnson has joined the picture. Michael Durham Jr. on the outside. A four-way battle here for the third place spot on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. We'll throw up the first battle, the second battle box here tonight for the Madness Racing League, as these guys just can't seem to shake each other. Everybody trying to go run down the race leader here. You see it. Michael Durham Jr., Chase Johnson, Ty Robertson, and Blake Koschchild battling it out for that second place spot here. And neither one of these guys will be denied. The Aaron's Lucky Dog Machine asked for a half-pound adjustment out the right rear and set it with the race car. But it has done just that. Michael Durham Jr., a full-time dirt driver on the all-out dirt tour here on the Racing channel. So he definitely knows how to slick and throw that thing around. Here comes the kid of Nicholas Maynard. He is shot out of a cannon here on the top side of the racetrack, looking to get around Michael Durham Jr. Look at his front right here by the number 02. Just seeing a pink rocket ship fly out of the corner of my eyes. Looks like he's trying to flavor it down. Can he get the quarter panel of Ty Robertson? He'll get a 2 for 1 through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Can he complete himself around Ty Robertson? He will. A 2 for 1 down the back straightaway for the kid of Nicholas Maynard. That'll move Nicholas Maynard up to the fourth place spot. Blake Koschchild trying to get second place spot from Chase Johnson. He'll have the right rear quarter panel across the front stretch, and he'll have to give up the second place spot to Chase Johnson as the battle continues into turns 1 and 2. Here comes the kid of Nicholas Maynard. He'll have to fill it in to the fourth place spot. Chase Johnson up 1 spot here to the second place spot from where he started. Blake Koschchild has charged his way up 23 spots right now. This Toyota Supra, as well as the one right behind him, have had some long run cars here tonight. As these guys continue to battle out here, this will be for position between Blake Koschchild and Nicholas Maynard. They'll battle door to door into turns 1 and 2. Koschchild on the outside, Maynard on the inside. Two totally different variants of pink colored race car, but representing the same cause, door to door down the back straightaway. Neither one of these guys are able to give an inch. Nicholas Maynard looks like he'll try the middle side of the racetrack this time. That'll leave no choice but Blake Koschchild to suit up to the top side, get out of the gas, or hit the wall. And that's exactly what will happen. Ty Robertson, though, bleeding backwards here on the long run after starting out the green flag pit cycles early and taking those Goodyear tires. 3 sets are in the pit, so you got to manage it correctly. 81 laps completed out of the schedule, 152 down the back straightaway here. Scoot back here, the back of the pack. Here's what kind of battle we got shaking up here for the 13th and 14th place spot. Kevin Tankos has had not the race that he was looking for here tonight. The Season 2 champion has brought himself into the picture here on the battle camp, but just not enough to compete with anybody else after being turned around earlier tonight. So Kevin Tankos trying his best here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel, trying to spin this whale. Several of these guys back here in the back half of the pack with over 4 or 5 minutes of damage worth. Meanwhile, Chase Johnson starting to slowly wheel in. James Fountain, look at his battle right here between the top 3 drivers on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. It's going to be Fountain, Johnson, Maynard, the top 3. 82 laps are complete here. Who will be able to hold on here? Will we get another green flag pit stop? It'll be right here around the corner on the Madness Racing League. Till then, we'll throw you back down on the racetrack for tonight's Madness Racing League Fast and Live. had to interrupt it here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. Ty Robertson has brought it back down on the pit road. We started the green flag pit stop cycle. We called it lap 42 for Ty Robertson when he came down the first time. We said it to be around somewhere between 84 to 90. He'll come down at lap 86. 4 fresh Goodyear tires for the Sunoco Racing Fuel for Ty Robertson. Corey Tessner will pull into the second box here on pit road. 4 fresh Goodyear tires for the Pink Jet number 8 Chevy Camaro Chase Johnson Racing entry, and then a wedge adjustment. Here comes Neil Ruthless right down the back straightaway on the pit road. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing Fuel, and he'll get a spot over Corey Tessner. Kyle Fountain stuck down here on pit road with a wiring harness problem right now. Can't get the car refired. They're working ever so much to their best to try to get it going. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Madness Racing League Season 3 opener live here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Jim Treat battling door-to-door here with Nicholas Maynard. We'll see how these guys decide to figure it out. Jim Treat currently registered a lap down. I think Jim Treat may have already been down on the pit road to get some fresh Goodyear tires. We'll see how things shake out here for the Toyota Supra as he's down low down the back straightaway at the fill in the gap here to Sean Williams and this number 25 machine. Meanwhile, Holden Wheeler blinking in and blinking out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You see it back there trying to come back into a frame. Jim Treat will not be denied by Blake Koschchild as these Toyota Supras run 1, 2, 3 in a row, trying to charge their way back up through the field. So right now, it's a battle between Supras and Chevy Camaros here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And the number 55 of Michael Durham Jr. will shoot his way out of a cannon down the back straightaway off of turn 2. And the number 09 of Holden Wheeler trying to join the party as well. Right now, Blake Koschchild, Sean Williams, these 2 white and pink cars battling it out for the hard charging position. Blake Koschchild up 20 spots where he currently runs. So is Sean Williams. So how will the pit stop strategy cycle roll its way throughout Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight? We've already got one underneath our belt. Then the caution flag flew. He ruined every bit of it. Trapped a couple laps, trapped a couple guys a lap down. Holden Wheeler currently running in the lucky dog position. If you're new here, that means Holden Wheeler would get the wave around here if the caution flag was to fly. Trying to keep it green here is Jim Treat, trying to get back around. It looks like going to be Caleb West in this number 1 machine. Caleb West has another Chevy bow tie. These bow ties have been fast here tonight. It's going to be Johnson, Fountain, Maynard, the top 3 down for turns 1 and 2. Johnson trying his best to get away from James Fountain. James Fountain is absolutely closing the gap up ever so slightly to the number 5 machine of James Johnson. What will happen here riding on board with James Fountain? Remember, folks, these 2 guys, teammates here on the Madness Racing League, and these Chevy Camaros for Chase Johnson Racing. How will James Fountain play the strategy card his team owner as Nicholas Maynard continues to rip the top side of the racetrack? Touch to the front 2 cars. Here comes a hard-charging Carter Jackson in this number 15 Napa Auto Parts machine. Has Carter Jackson saved enough Goodyear tire here on the long run to run down the race leader? We'll have to find out here in just a moment. Carter Jackson putting down some quick lap times, a 31.69 that last time for Carter Jackson to the race leaders. 31.8, almost a tenth and a half faster than the race leader. Chase Johnson is Carter Jackson. Carter Jackson has Nicholas Maynard in trouble down the back straightaway. Will he make a move around the number 02? Nicholas Maynard don't look like he can quite get there yet. And yeah, we'll have to make a battle for it if anything through 3 and 4. The kid will take the top side off the racetrack. Carter Jackson will try the bottom side. It's still a drag race across the line. It's not over yet. Carter Jackson has the left rear quarter panel now. 94 coming to 95 laps complete. Out of the schedule, 152 here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. Well beyond the halfway point. We're loving what you're seeing. Press that like button. Nicholas Maynard fights back on the outside. These 2 guys absolutely going at it, not cutting each other a break. Will not give up his 3rd place spot. Here comes Nick Crawford down on the pit road in the number 48. Queso's Wendy's Chevy Camaro from Buchanan, West Virginia. That's the large car, Nick Crawford. He'll pull into his box 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel and 4 fresh Goodyear tires for the number 48. They'll lead the car just how it is. It's Nick Crawford says a little bit of damage to start off tonight's race is what's got us in the hole. We really need to try to work through it. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard, Carter Jackson still going at it. And here comes Ty Robertson on those fresh 4 Goodyear tires. The pit strategy call may work in his favor here. We still have a long way to go. Over 60 laps remain here tonight in the race for a pure 225. Ty Robertson will get around both of these guys as the lap traffic car works his way to the race leader. Michael Durham Jr. will pull down on the pit road. 4 fresh Goodyear tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel for the Aaron's Lucky Dog number 55 Toyota Supra from Burnside, Kentucky. The Hillbilly says, do not touch the race car. I'm really able to skate the right rear. It's helping me out. Tons on entry and exit. Here comes Carter Jackson and Nicholas Maynard down on the pit road, as well as Holden Wheeler. As Holden Wheeler currently registered a lap down, this will kill him on trying to get his lap back, having to pit underneath the green flag stop. Nicholas Maynard says he'll get 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel, and we'll see how things shake out. Carter Jackson pulls into his box. Carter Jackson will get 4 fresh Goodyear tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel, and he'll shoot over his box just a tad big and have to back up. That'll allow Nicholas Maynard's crew to really jump on it right here. They'll jump the left side of the jack. It's going to be 4 fresh Goodyear tires for the kid of Nicholas Maynard. The jack's dropped and they're on and off of pit road. Will he win the battle over Holden Wheeler? Yes, he will. It'll be a close one off of pit road. Logan Perriman comes down on the pit road, 4 fresh Goodyear tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. Sean Williams will pit as well for the 8th place spot. Sean Williams says this race car is the most beautifulest thing that I've drove since I've been here on the Madness Racing League. Keep it exactly how it is. I love what you have guys brought to the race car here as the race car tonight. Meanwhile, here come the Chase Johnson Racing teammates from the race lead in the 1st and 2nd place spot. Chase Johnson bringing it down pit road, as well as James Fountain from the 1st and 2nd place spot. Nose to tail between one another. Listening to the radio communication here, looks like they'll follow each other. 4 tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel for both of these drivers. And here comes Tony Cook in the number 33 Home Run Cafe machine. Tony Cook says the race car sits absolutely fine through turns 3 and 4. A little bit tight through turns 1 and 2, but building loose. Do not touch the race car. 4 Goodyear tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. Kayla West will bring it down on the pit road as well to service that number 1 Sim Magic Chevy Camaro. That'll give the race leader, the race lead of Blake Hochschild, who will call it quits and bring it down on the pit road. Blake Hochschild said we'll stay out there trying to lead the lap here. That should keep us on the momentum to be able to cycle back through. 4 fresh Goodyear tires here for the Peyton Haas boys and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. What a great stop there on the right side. Blake Hochschild now on the left side. Getting up and up in the air. Blake Hochschild ready to drop the jocks off. There goes Blake Hochschild. And here comes Nick Crawford down on the pit road, having to serve a speeding penalty here for the Madness Racing League. Keep it right here, locked and loaded. We'll keep it how you like it. Kevin Tankos has had an abysmal day. That's the Season 2 champion. He's probably got more gas and better tires than anybody as many times as he's had to come down and service the number 4 Budweiser machine. But the Season 2 champion making his presence known here tonight. He will not be denied. It's some TV time. Kevin Tango's got some significant damage to the left rear as Ty Robertson cycled his way back up into the 2nd place spot. But you see the gap difference between Ty Robertson and Kevin Tango's. Ty Robertson on 4 fresh Goodyear tires, followed by the number 66 of Neil Rutt, whose guys got him on and off of pit road quick and in a hurry, riding on board with Neil Rutt. His guys were able to service 4 Goodyear tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel in just under about 13 seconds, and that got them around the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tessner, who follows right there behind him. Meanwhile, here comes Kevin Tankos down on the pit road to service his race car, as well as the Tide machine, as Michael Ponder Jr. Kyle Fountain to come down on the pit road. 4 fresh Goodyear tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. It's going to be 4 tires for the Tide Pods number 17 and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. Kevin Tankos coming out on the pit road. He'll say, I want 4 tires and 1 can of Sunoco Racing fuel. Trying to unbalance it here, get it a little bit loose. Here comes Ty Robertson. This will give him the race lead as Jonathan Smith and Kevin Tankos pull down on the pit road. And the cycle is back out in action here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. What a great stop there for the number 16 Peyton Haas machine, boys. Still keeping Blake Hochschild in the picture here on the long run. He'll be on and off of pit road in about 12.8 seconds for 4 tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel on 4 lug nut tires here in the Xfinity Series. Blake Hochschild has been knocking on the door to success here. Any week now, Blake Hochschild should find himself into victory lane if he keeps putting on performances like he's got here tonight. Right now on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, it's Ty Robertson in the number 9 machine, followed by Neil Rutt III, gliding on board with him as he enters turn 1 now, followed by Corey Tetzner right behind Neil Rutt. Chase Johnson will fill in the 4th place spot, followed by the kid of Nicholas Maynard through turns 1 and 2. Then you have to give it to Carter Jackson through the cycle, followed by Sean Williams, James Boughton, and Blake Hochschild. Meanwhile, Blake Hochschild has a little bit of a company right behind him. Here comes the Aaron's machine of Michael Durham Jr. Significant lap difference there on the pit strategy call. Michael Durham Jr., the number 55, will come down way before the number 16 here. So if Blake Hochschild can play just a little bit of defense here and keep himself out in front of the number 55 of Michael Durham Jr., I think he might have a shot to hold on here and charge his way back up through the field. If we can continue to keep it green here, here's Chase Johnson trying to get around Jonathan Smith here down the back straightaway off of turn 2. These two guys not sparing each other a inch. Jonathan Smith a lap down here, 2 laps down, excuse me, on the Xfinity Series Season 3, involved in a wreck early tonight. 106 laps are completed. If you're brand new here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel, never seen Season 2 or 1 of the Xfinity Series, things have changed dramatically from season to season, and that's how things really ought to be here on the Madness recently. We're asking you guys to keep a follow with us all year long, as 106 laps are complete now, the most we've ever completed in an Xfinity Series race has been 120. So we're talking about endurance with these drivers. Which one of these guys are going to fall out the seat first? Can't see, too hot, too much to breathe, whatever the case may be. A lot of driving here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, 225 miles. Big loose off the corner for James Boughton. We see James Boughton bobble 3 or 4 times there, trying to battle hard with Blake Hochschild. These two guys absolutely going at it. Blake Hochschild looking to get around the number 24 here in the turns 1 and 2. And he'll put the gas down. Look at his super roar through turn 1 and 2. Blake Hochschild absolutely shitting and getting down the back straightaway, riding on board with the Clayton Haas machine. Driver of Blake Hochschild, driver team owner. Don't have to fight his hands, none of that. Blake Hochschild really loving what they have brought to the race car here tonight. James Boughton scraping the outside wall. That's going to take the wrap off the right side of the number 24 machine, flying back into turns 1 and 2. Michael Durham Jr. trying to back it up here, save a little bit of Goodyear tire for the long run. Still about a little over 40 laps remaining here tonight. About 43 laps to go. About 42 laps to go here. Michael Ponder Jr. will send it down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Kevin Tango's looking, he's got to go now. He'll take the top side of the racetrack and elect to stay out of the way. Kevin Tango's looking to unlap himself here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And a hellacious, great race here tonight for the number 4 machine from Hawthorne, New Jersey, the Season 2 champion, showing you why he's just has battled back down from being a lap down and having damage all over that race car, could almost barely get it going, to fighting back here, trying to stay on the lead lap. He's down a lap through the pit cycle as James Boughton, former race leader, drives on by. So if I'm Kevin Tangos, I'll take that one, put that one in my notebook, that the former race leader had to really try hard to get by me. Can Kevin Tangos bring it back to life here in the closing half of tonight's Race for a Cure 225? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep it right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Throw you up to the battle can with Billy the Flip Driver. I'm going to shut my big fat mouth and take one quick commercial break without going anywhere. You won't miss a thing with the Madness Racing League side by side. Caution flag is in the air here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Not sure what more. We'll back that ass up here for the instant replay. We are interrupted in between our Madness Racing League Fast and Loud of the night. Not sure what the hell is taking place here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. But it looks like maybe contact somewhere on the racetrack. Not sure who, what, when, where, and why. Who might have caused what. Take it up to the Billy the Blimp driver here. Pull up the crash cam and see who it reports us to. Here's the caution flag was definitely out there. Guys were absolutely shitting and getting around the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll take a look. There it is right there. It looks like somebody in a pink race car is sideways. That might be the number 24, James Fountain. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the number 24 of James Fountain as he is smoked up the back straightaway here, trying to save that race car. Looks like he's gotten all the way around there, and that will trigger the caution flag. We'll back that ass up here with the number 24 of James Fountain. Seen him bleeding backwards there on the long run. He has ate up those Goodyear tires. We'll take it back off the exit of turn 2 here, right on board with James Fountain. See what the hell that's happening. Steps out on James. He tries to downshift, keep it out of the fish. Bang! Hard on the inside wall for Mr. James Fountain, the younger brother of the two Fountain boys here on the Madness Racing League. But he's able to hold on to the race car. Caution flag is out. That'll re-rack a lot of these guys here. And with about one set of Goodyear tires remaining in the pits, who is going to do what, when, where, and why? We'll have all that when we return here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ty Robertson's the race leader. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Racing channel. We are kicking off the season 3 here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for 150 laps around the beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina racetrack that was built back in 1960 something. I can't even remember at this point. Trying to get the pit strategy call here, see who's going to do what. Half the field comes down on the pit road this time around, so definitely not going to be able to call out everybody on what they're doing here. Strategy is going to be up in the air completely for everybody's, because everybody's probably got different things. 3 sets of tires to start tonight's race, and we'll watch the battle off of pit road when they get there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll bring on the main broadcast cam for you here so you can watch the battle off pit road. It'll be led by Chase Johnson. He'll take gas only. Blake Koschal, Sunoco Racing fuel only, as well as Sean Williams. Corey Tesner looks like he'll take 4 tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. Some of these guys look like they just took their last set of Goodyear tires here with almost less than 40 laps to go. Some of them just topping off on Sunoco Racing fuel, probably trying to play possum here to the rest of the guys, because once you come down pit road and you're committed to what you're going to do, if you don't uncheck thinking that the rest of the field is going to do something opposite of you, you have just been left out on an island, and islands are no good in racing. That'll get their lead to the kid of Nicholas Maynard from Welford, South Carolina. The kid cycled his way up here to the pit stop cycle earlier, and he come down on the pit road. The caution flag flown, so we didn't get to see what would happen. We have some old Goodyear tires this time around. 5-time Madness Racing League winner. Went to the championship race last year after his win at the Atlanta Motor Speedway on the high banks. Nicholas Maynard looks like he will stay out on the racetrack. That'll leave a couple of these guys with no option but to go down on the pit since they will not get the wave around. Tony Cook will come off of pit road after getting some damage addressed to the number 33 home run Cafe machine. James Fountain still stuck down there on pit road, and it looks like that might cost James Fountain a lap on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as he's still stuck down there. Kevin Tanko's Michael Ponder Jr. and Cousin Big Country Kyle Fountain pull into their box. Kyle Fountain, a big South Park fan, he'll throw on his final set of Goodyear tires here, as well as Kevin Tanko's. He's trying to get a little bit more of the damage touched up on that number 4 machine. Michael Ponder Jr. just telling his guys that they are going to try a helmet swap this time around on the stop, as he said he's lost all communication inside of the radio to his team. Didn't know that he had a pit until last time. He said he just felt like he was no sense in why they hadn't pitted in 50 laps. He brought it on down. They had it taped onto the pit sign that the radio communications were broken and that they needed to do a helmet swap, so they were prepared this time around through the caution flag. Michael Ponder Jr. and the number 17 Toyota Supra will get a brand new helmet and radio presented by Racing Electronics. That's the REC, Electronic Racing Scanners. Get them out there in the fan zone here. You can hear your favorite driver, guys like John Michael Bryant, who cussed up a storm earlier tonight when he got turned around, collected in Cameron Sands, and the rest of them guys' mess after beating and banging happened on the back straightaway. We are almost there, folks, to the end of the season opener, the only 150 lapper we have scheduled all year long. The rest of them will be 120 to 130 laps. The kid of Nicholas Maynard will be the race leader here off the turn 3 and 4 exit. Ladies and gentlemen, green flag is back in the air. The kid of Nicholas Maynard spins his tires, but he's able to hold on to it. What a save right there to the number 02. That'll cost him. Looks like going to be the race leader. Chase Johnson battling door to door in the turn 1 and 2. Big contact there is made. Number 66 of Neil Rutt goes around, but he holds on to it. What a save by the number 66 of Neil Rutt III, trying to work his way back onto the racetrack. Neil Rutt III goes around, but looks like the caution flag was triggered by the number 66. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Is the full-time Wall Stadium modified driver absolutely turned Evil Knievel here, Dirt Kyle Larson style. Looks like just a big fat pile check up here. And in turn 1 and 2, we're watching the restart. Neil Rutt III trying to rip up through the gears here, riding out the front bumper of the number 66 machine. Looks like contact's made from behind him, sends around the number 61, but he holds on to it. But it looks like the caution flag was already out, trying to hold on to the number 66. Maybe didn't see Neil Rutt III was going to catch that race car, but better safe than sorry. What a save from the Wall Stadium driver, Neil Rutt III from Union Beach, New Jersey, and put that nickname to the test. That's the real deal, Neil Rutt, holding on to that race car. We're back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere.
Forget about the fills. Forget about
Back here on Booty Scoot Racing channel, cleanup continues for the drive for here 225 live here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Nicholas Maynard, Chase Johnson on the front row here. Chase Johnson's able to get out to the race lead after the kid spins his tires there on the restart. So we'll see how things shake out and how they re-rack here. I'm hearing from the admin, we got about 4 drivers in the field right now with a fresh set of Goodyear tires, ready to be thrown onto these race cars at any point in time. And are any of them the guys that we have coming down, led by Michael Durham Jr. from Burnside, Kentucky, the hillbilly driving the Aaron's number 55 Toyota will pull into his box. We'll see the number 55 crew go to work here. Will they take their last set of Goodyear tires here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel? Doesn't look like it. Looks like damage only or Sunoco Racing fuel only for the number 55 of Michael Durham Jr. The same as well here for the Home Run Cafe machine of Tony Cook. Sunoco Racing fuel only, no tires taken for him. Neil Rutt will come down on the pit road after saving that race car, and I would imagine it's to attend to some of the body work cosmetic damage to the number 4 machine as Kevin Tankos continues to pile off damage time after damage time to this Chevy Camaro. Ladies and gentlemen, don't look like nobody took any of those fresh good set of tires. If they have them or who they are, we're not quite sure yet. Chase Johnson will have the race lead here. He's got the breast cancer ribbon all over that number 5 STI Johnson Chevy Camaro. Ladies and gentlemen, Chase Johnson, several-time Madness Racing League champion, as he's won the Truck Series Championship and the Cup Series Championship, but has yet to be able to piece together the Xfinity Series portion of the Madness Racing League. He's trying his best here tonight to try to get up in front in the points league. No more, ladies and gentlemen, win in, you're in. So if Chase Johnson wins here tonight, it means absolutely nothing when it comes to the playoffs. It'll be a great points-paying day for the CJR machine in the number 5 Camaro of Chase Johnson. But ladies and gentlemen, points are going to mean everything all year long. 10 drivers will make the playoffs. No playoff elimination races new this year on the Madness Racing League. It'll be 10 drivers, 4 races. The highest scorer out of the 4 races will be your Madness Racing League champion. Ladies and gentlemen, therefore, we know you don't just get a fluke on a win and get in. You have to earn it. Love seeing the pink out here. Hashtag save the tatas. Hashtag healthy tits. Ladies and gentlemen, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars have been out on the racetrack here for a good bit of time on some old Goodyear rubber. We'll see how things shake out. We got a hungry Corey Riptide Tesner and a hard charging Blake Hochschild. 21 spots up right now. On the field is the number 16 machine of Blake Hochschild, but he's currently right now tied with Sean Williams. Both of these guys 21 spots up for tonight's event. So the battle of the hard chargers right here in the 3rd and 4th place spot. We'll keep an eye on it all night long. Hopefully, folks, we are finding the near of the conclusion of tonight's event. Still waiting if we got any more coming on pit road. Doesn't look like it. Headed back towards 3 and 4. Getting ready to bring it back up here in the race for a cure. 2:25. The kid on the outside. Showtime Chase Johnson on the inside. That'll be the front row. Followed by Sean Williams and Blake Hochschild in the 2nd row. Getting ready to go back racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Green flag is back in the air for the race for a cure. 2:25. Ripping back through the gears. Live on the Green Racing channel. Chase Johnson to go down bottom, back top, he'll throw up the block to the top side of the racetrack and take it down into turns 1 and 2, trying to make sure that he gets the line that he prefers down the back straightaway. Chase Johnson looks like he'll sell out in about a 2-3 car lead with Liddy over the kid of Nicholas Maynard. It looks like that's going to be Blake Hochschild fighting back down on the bottom side of the racetrack, looking hard for the 3rd place spot. Never mind, that's Sean Williams. He'll through the kid of Nicholas Maynard over the racetrack. Ladies and gentlemen, back racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Corey Tesner down on the bottom side here. Looks like Caleb West will hit the outside wall. Able to hold on to it. Corey Tesner will clear himself over the front nose of the number 19 of Logan Perriman. Tied up the racetrack goes the number 8 Camaro of Corey Tesner. Has to try to hold on to it. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Somebody gets pancaked into the fence. Caution flag flies, and that's going to be Sean Williams. Holy shit! Flipping over at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Sean Williams on his lid. Holy shit, folks. I've seen it all here tonight at the Madness Racing League. Barrel roll after barrel roll down the back straightaway for the number 25 of Sean Williams after connecting with James Fountain. And this should be one hell of a shot, folks. Holy shit, Sean Williams. From good to bad to trouble to worse in no time. We've seen him get split 3 wide off the corner. Sean Williams turning to the outside wall. We'll pause it one more time, back that ass up, and bring up the instant replay here. And we have to dissect this one like a laboratory school project. Sean Williams up the middle, just gets tagged down the back straightaway. Contacts made to Sean Williams and James Fountain. Sean Williams comes down the racetrack hard into James Fountain and barrel rolling across the bottom of the racetrack into turns 3 and 4. Huge shot there for the number 25. We'll back that ass up one more time and see if we cannot ride on board with the number 25 Hope Chevy Camaro of Sean Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, had no idea that there was a barrel roll going to happen here tonight at a 1.5 mile racetrack. We're not even going that fast. You see him get plugged, passed around like a ping pong, hard into the outside wall. Sean Williams goes. He gets thrown down the bottom side of the racetrack. Barrel roll. Holy shit, what a ride that the number 25 just went on. We'll back that ass up here and see if we can't absolutely ride on board with Sean Williams as he just absolutely flew through the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold your gaps and say a prayer right now. We hope still waiting to see Sean Williams climb out of this race car after looking over the replay. See him on board trying to keep it out of the pit. James Fountain nowhere to go. Just absolutely sledgehammers the number 25 of Sean Williams. And ladies and gentlemen, he is parked down here on the bottom side of the racetrack and it will not go anywhere. The number 25 of Sean Williams says that he is not seeing anything right. He can only see colors, green, yellow, red. He cannot see straight, not sure where he's going. And they're telling him to come to the sound of his voice. Chase Johnson will redeem the race lead there as we have one turnover on their lid here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel underneath a caution flag. Luckily, it is not a red flag. It's a huge barrel roll into turn 3 for Sean Williams, driver of the number 25 Chevy Camaro. He has climbed out of that race car, throws his helmet down on top of it, and he'll hop the pit wall and head back towards the garage area. Pissed off here tonight is the number 25 of Sean Williams. Was not expecting to get rolled over onto his lid here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Chase Johnson to lead him down on the pit road, followed by the kid of Nicholas Maynard. So we'll see how these two guys shake things out. We know some drivers have Goodyear tires in the pits. Looks like going to be Sunoco Racing fuel only for Nicholas Maynard. Chase Johnson's going to take 4 fresh Goodyear tires here with about 25 laps to go. The kid is up and off of pit road. Sunoco Racing fuel only for Nicholas Maynard. Corey Tessler will come down. That's the Chase Johnson Racing teammate. He'll get 4 fresh Goodyear tires, and it looks like Ty Robertson will get a little bit of damage fixed here. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel, and he'll try to get a back half adjustment as well. That'll leave Carter Jackson, the race leader here from Catega. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, make sure you go check out our one and only all-star race that we have submitted on the YouTube page. Carter Jackson ran really strong that race. Not going to give away who won that race, but Carter Jackson came to play that night. So we definitely know Carter Jackson knows how to throw around the Xfinity car here, the high banks of the Charlotte Motor Speedway. His Napa Auto Parts chromed out. Number 15, Michael Wattrip. Throwback number Catega, whatever the hell team he's racing for this season. Bad fast here on the long run. We know Carter Jackson known for saving a little bit of Goodyear rubber. We'll see how things shake out here. Blake Hochschild in the number 16 machine in the second place spot. He's looking to charge his way to the front here, sitting nice and neatly with about 25 laps to go. Can Blake Hochschild pick up his first Madness Racing League Xfinity Series victory here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway? It'll be nothing more to the the West Coast driver from Tempe, Arizona, than to go to victory lane here tonight. He's got all 3 of his kids in the stand down on the infield. They're down there on the bus with his wife. Carter Jackson's going to be the race leader. Blake Hochschild on the outside. Logan Perriman will round out the 3rd place spot here, and it's Barbasol, number 19 Toyota Supra. Big shout out to Logan Perriman from Nancy, Kentucky. The full-time dirt super late model driver turned Xfinity driver here tonight, sitting in the 3rd place spot with a chance to find his way to victory lane here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Michael Durham Jr., Big Mike, and this number 55 Aaron's Lucky Dog Toyota Supra has jumped up here from Burnside, Kentucky to the top 5 spot, ready to contend for the race win here if necessary. He'll be in the 2nd row on the outside. So we see Chase Johnson in this number 5 STI Johnson Chevy Camaro take 4 fresh Goodyear tires there underneath the caution flag. We know a couple guys that admin said had a set of Goodyear tires remaining, but it was only about 4 of them. So we'll see how they take them. Chase Johnson was one of those. Anybody else playing possum here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel? Nicholas Maynard comes down as well, but it was Sunoco Racing fuel only for the 02 FBM machine of Nicholas Maynard. Going to be Carter Jackson back in the three-start zone here, getting ready to bring us back racing at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Green flag is back in the air for the race for a Cure 225 live at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Getting ready to wind them on down. Who's going to win race number 1 of season 3? Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Williams still stuck down on pit road right now. He's not going to be able to return to the racetrack, so the number 25 is going to have to find something else to get done here tonight. Corey Tesler moved up out the bottom side of the racetrack. They're losing some spots. He's bleeding backwards. That's the number 9 of Ty Robertson. Can he get up underneath the number 8 of Corey Tesler? Looks like he can. Corey Tesler's not going to go nowhere, though. 25 laps remain here tonight in the race for the Cure 225. Holden Wheeler slaps the outside wall. That'll bring him 3 wide across the front stretch. Chase Johnson, Blake Hochschild going out of here. Neil Rutt, the third, moves up to the third place spot. But look at Perriman charging for the race lead as Carter Jackson sails down the back straightaway. He's the race leader with 24 laps to go. Blake Hochschild has the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. He'll run a 30-14 to Logan Perriman, to Carter Jackson's 30.24. This time around, Carter Jackson absolutely smokes the field with a 30.07. But here comes Logan Perriman with a 30.11 on the outside. Trying every bit on the outside lane. It's a drag race down the back straightaway. Perriman on the outside, Jackson on the inside. The battle for the race lead. Neither one of these guys have a win in the Xfinity Series underneath their belt full time on the season. Logan Perriman in his first race for the Madness Racing League. He'll take the race lead across the line with 22 laps to go. Not a fan sitting down here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway as the Madness Racing League Season 3 Xfinity Series race opener starts to wind down here for the race for a Cure 225. Look at it, they got trouble down the back straightaway. Caution flag flies, somebody goes flying across the infield. That's Logan Perriman. Caution flag is out for the number 19 Toyota Supra of Logan Perriman. We'll back that ass up for the Nancy, Kentucky driver to take a look and see what the hell happened. We just seen him absolutely fly sideways down the back straightaway. Camera not sure what happened. Him and Carter Jackson banging doors here. Maybe Logan Perriman thought he was clear. Came across the nose of Carter Jackson. Not sure. Yeah, looks like it maybe that might have what just happened there. Hard in the inside wall for the Barbasol 19 Supra, but he keeps it off of the racetrack. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, that was a close one. We'll back that ass up here, see if we can't ride on board with Logan Perriman and see what the hell just took place here. Maybe just dirty stuff across the nose here of Carter Jackson. Carter Jackson definitely probably sure didn't mean to get into him. A huge shot to the inside wall for the number 19 Barbasol Supra. Logan Perriman, it looks like he was able to get that thing refired, though. He's got some right rear toe link damage here. He is hopping around like a bunny rabbit. 22 laps to go here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. It'll be Neil Rutt the third, the race leader. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere.
times I've done promises dead. I had nightmares.
Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel underneath the caution flag for it looks like going to be the 9th time here tonight for the Season 3 Xfinity Series season opener live from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Looks like one of these guys is working their way around for a lucky dog spot. Couple guys down on pit road. Looks like Nicholas Mader comes down. He'll take 4 fresh Goodyear tires. So will Blake Hochschild. So 4 fresh Goodyear tires for 2 of these drivers, and Blake Hochschild and Nicholas Mader. So we found some more of our possums that we were talking about playing dead here, trying to hide a little set of Goodyear tires. The number 02 and the number 16 will be one of those guys, as well as Jonathan Smith, I'm hearing. So these guys will come down on the pit road, throw on 4 fresh sticker tires to try to charge their way to the front. Logan Perriman goes around and to bring out the caution flag off the front nose of Carter Jackson. So see how things shake out here. Kevin Tenko's still down there on pit road trying to address the back half trunk of that race car. It is absolutely beaten and battered. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil Rutt III, the Wall Stadium modified driver from Union Beach, New Jersey. The real deal. Neil Rutt navigates his way up here to the race lead after avoiding a couple cycles, pit cycles and wrecks. Got a little bit of ass end damage to that Chevy Camaro, but nothing too concerned. Well, nothing that would concern me too bad. Neil Rutt III will have lane choice here. Looks like he's going to take the bottom side of the racetrack. Carter Jackson will have the outside. Chase Johnson will be in the 3rd place spot with Michael Durham Jr. in the 4th place spot. We're getting ready to go back racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're less than 20 laps to go in Season 3's kickoff race. The Season 3 opener live here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Typically, you'll see your favorite leagues do Daytona, Talladega to kick off a regular season. Not here. We're kicking off tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We knew we were going to have more than 30 cars. Could only imagine what that would have turned out on the high banks at the Daytona International Raceway and or at Talladega, where titties were known to get thrown around. Here's the remaining schedule for the Season 3 Xfinity Series. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 weeks from now, we're headed to Rockingham, North Carolina. Keeping it right here in the state of North Carolina. Going to be a home track for a couple of these guys. 120 laps around the old surface, which will definitely eat at these Goodyear tires. It's going to be one hell of a show. Then we're headed to Dega, baby. Then the Roval 2025. And headed on over to the Indianapolis Raceway for the Madness Racing League 500. Love the Indianapolis Raceway, owned by my favorite NASCAR owner, Team Penske, Roger Penske, the captain. Keeping it nice and clean there. He's invited the Madness Racing League on over for that race date at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll be a home race for Chris Knighty. Not in the field here tonight, but will be participating here in Season 3. See a couple of you fans out there in the Chris Knighty black and green machine shirts. Green flag is back in the air. No pun intended. 18 laps remain here on the Racing channel. Chase Johnson looking for the race lead underneath Carter Jackson. Quick Hurley and in a rush. They'll battle door to door for it down the back straightaway here. Up and off the turn 2. Who's going to get it? Chase Johnson's got a tire advantage over the rest of them. He'll throw on the 4 sets. The 4 fresh Goodyear tires. The caution flag before laps. Down the back straightaway, heading back into turns 3 and 4. It's going to be Johnson right battling back on the outside. Here comes Carter Jackson looking for a 3 wide spot. Can't get it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's somebody sliding on the backside. That's the number 17 of Michael Ponder Jr. He'll take it out on the pit road. Can he get it slowed down? And no, he'll slap the sand barriers down there. And that'll be a speeding penalty for the number 17. Door to door here. Neil Rutt will not be denied by Chase Johnson. And also familiar sights. It's a different week. Not a modified, not a late model. Neil Rutt the 3rd. Chase Johnson beating it, breaking down the back straightaway. 17 laps to go. These guys are wanting to win their first race. Kick off the Season 3 Xfinity Series. Quick and early and in a hurry. Tony Cook slaps the outside wall. Caution flag flies. Nicholas Mader's involved. Hard shot to the outside wall for Tony Cook. Nicholas Mader in the outside wall. Big time there. Tony Cook with a hellacious shot to the inside. Safer barrier. We'll back that ass up here for an instant replay. Take a look and see what the hell just happened to the number 33 machine. And the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard. They were battling off of turns 3 and 4 here. Not sure what happened to Nicholas Maynard. Maybe looking to go 3 wide. He was clear on the bottom. Looks like Tony Cook collects the outside wall. Slaps the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard. He'll get a piece of it as well. And they'll both go sliding across the infield. The number 1 of Caleb West will get it as well. We'll back that ass up here. See if we can't ride on board with the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard here. This should be one hell of a shot riding on board with the kid. Not sure what happened. Tony Cook on the outside just gets hooked in the left right rear. sends him around. Nicholas Maynard, though, able to straighten it back out. Tony Cook, though, not so fortunate. He'll take a absolute major shot to that inside safer barrier. We'll back that ass up here. See it from this angle. You really see how much of an impact that number 33 machine really got. He spun around about 5 times after collecting the outside safer barrier. Hits the left, right rear of Nicholas Maynard. Goes around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 spins for Tony Cook here on the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season 3. Damage to the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard. Just came down pit road to get those 4 fresh Goodyear tires. And now he's got damage on the back end of the FBM number 02 Toyota Supra, ladies and gentlemen. Underneath the caution flag here for the 10th time here tonight with 16 laps to go. Hopefully cautions don't breed cautions, trying to get it over here. 150 laps are scheduled. 2 in the book for overtime if we need them. Back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the BD2 Racing channel. You are watching the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season 3 Drive for Cure 223 kickoff race. Live here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina. Gonna catch a flight in the morning, headed on down to Charlotte, North Carolina myself in real life to go check out the Roval for the NASCAR Cup Series playoff race. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 laps remain here in Season 3's kickoff race. Chase Johnson's going to be the race leader here. He'll go and take a fresh set of Goodyear tires about two cautions ago now. And we've talked about guys playing possum all night long. How many of these guys would actually come down on the pit road and play the same strategy as everybody else? Try to fake some out with Sunoco Racing fuel only. Try to fake some out with 2 tires, maybe no tires. It all depends on what your guy is thinking of on the box, on what you guys want to call out. It'll really be beneficial to a lot of these guys here. It's 150 laps is the longest race that we have completed yet to season in any season of the Madness Racing League. Kyle Fountain still out on the racetrack, so 2 FBM Toyota Supras still out on the field. Neil Rutt out in the 2nd place spot. Carter Jackson will be in the 3rd place spot. Corey Tesner will round out the 6th place spot, followed by Tyler Robertson in the 5th place spot. Blake Koschchild losing a little bit of spots here through the cycle. He'll go down on the pit road and get 4 fresh Goodyear tires, the caution flag before last. And the Tempe, Arizona driver is trying to charge his way back up through the field. The good news is the Blake Koschchild, don't know if he knows it yet, inside of the race car. He called for a code brown underneath the previous caution flag, almost barely missing that wreck. Blake Koschchild is no longer racing Sean Williams, who went up and over down there in turn 3 on his lid for the hard charger. Right now, the next person in contestant for the hard charging award against Blake Koschchild would be the number 55 of Michael Durham Jr., who's currently up 15 spots right now as they run to Blake Koschchild's 19 spots. So Blake Koschchild still got some work here to do, can add on some bonus points to its score. And ladies and gentlemen, with no lap lead adding points to your total score this year, guys like Chase Johnson can't lead 40, 50 laps and score 40, 50 points. You get what you get in the points-paying system, 4-point increments from the points-paying 1st place spot all the way down to the final points-paying spot, with the final 6 drivers being paid 10 points apiece for their efforts into the Night's Madness Racing League Season 3 Xfinity Series kickoff race. 13 laps to go when we go back racing. It'll be all in the hands of the Madness Racing League Truck Series champion and Cup Series champion of Chase Johnson. On the outside of him will be Neil, the real Neil Rutt. On the outside, Corey Tesner gets a great launch there. Carter Jackson spins his tires just a little bit there. Corey Tesner jumps down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Excuse me, that's Nicholas Maynard and that number 02. We got white and pink and black all over the racetrack. Kind of hard to tell who is what, when, where, and why as they sail down the back straightaway. Flying through your room at 155 miles an hour, trying to get up to speed here, get the engine cooled back down, and get the oil back hot underneath the caution flag. Big cleanup as the kid of Nicholas Maynard rips the outside wall. 3 wide. Kevin Tankos takes it down on the bottom side. Kayla West throws it up to the middle here. Nicholas Maynard in danger of slapping the outside wall there. Riding on board with Michael Durham Jr., Carter Jackson, and Corey Tesner battle out in front of him. Down the back straightaway, Corey Tesner pulls in behind him. Michael Durham Jr. battled a little bit of condition there, and that's why Ty Robertson's packing some air on the left rear quarter panel of the Lucky Dog Aaron's Toyota Supra. Bow tie, the top 3. That's how they'll round out. But here come the Toyota Supras charging up through the field with that a blue oval Ford Mustang in sight. 11 laps to go here on the Booty Scooter Racing Channel. Season 3 Xfinity Series opener. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody trying their hardest to make the move around the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Excuse me, Blake Hochschild roaming up through the field right now. Corey Tesner will try the inside of Neil Rutt. Can he clear himself through 3 and 4? It don't look like it. Blake Hochschild to get around Michael Durham. That'll shut the door on the hard charging award for Blake Hochschild. He'll move himself up 20 spots now to Michael Durham Jr. 12 as Michael Durham Jr. continues to bleed backwards here on the Booty Scooter Racing Channel. It'll be Johnson, Tesner, Jackson, Robertson, Rutt the top 5 off of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, Corey Tesner gets it to the left rear. Carter Jackson sends him around hard on the inside wall. Caution flag flies. Holy shit! Back up on the top side of the racetrack in front of traffic. Everybody trying to get out of the way. Yes, they will. Holy shit! Carter Jackson destroyed. The left rear toe link absolutely broken. This thing will not go at all. You see him trying to drive off. The motor still running inside of that race car. Corey Riptide Tesner looks like he got the bottom left rear quarter panel of the number. Excuse me, we'll back that ass up here. It was wrecking back here. Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Riptide Tesner looks like he'll get the left rear quarter panel of Carter Jackson. We'll take a look here. Corey Tesner looks like he gets loose, slaps the left rear quarter panel, smacks the inside wall of Carter Jackson. These two guys going at it here with 10 laps to go. Plenty of racing to go. Not sure what was happening there. No room to be given. These two guys will bang doors, will ride on board with both of these drivers to take a look and see what the hell just happened. You're riding on board with the number 15 of Carter Jackson. This will be out the front passenger window cam, and you'll see Carter Jackson on the outside just gets left rear hook and turn all the way around. Pow! And again, folks, if you get vertigo, this might not be the video for you. We'll back it up one more time here on the Booty Scooter Racing Channel. You see how things come so fast and quick and in a hurry. We're right on board with Corey Riptide Tesner in the 4th place spot as Corey Tesner gets it to the right rear quarter panel of Carter Jackson. We'll even try to back it up a little bit more here, try to make some understanding out of it. 3 wide through the corner. Corey Tesner was down on the bottom side of the racetrack. I believe, no, they were clear. 2-2-2. Double die side by side. Looks like they just come a little close. Corey Tesner gets up the racetrack into the right left rear quarter panel of Carter Jackson. And Carter Jackson absolutely destroyed here. That's at least 80 grand in damage to the Napa Auto Parts machine. You're on board with him here. You hear him trying to get it to turn, but it will just not go anywhere. The left rear toe link is absolutely destroyed. Corey Tesner gets around, though. He'll move up to the 2nd place spot behind his teammate Chase Johnson. Ty Robertson will get the 3rd place spot, and Neil Rutt the 3rd will get the 4th place spot. Corey Tesner back off probation for season 3. We'll have to take a look at it here with the admin. We'll let them go to work. We'll go to commercial break. We should have the ending of your event here tonight. We'll be back in here in just a moment. Hopefully we can keep it clean, stay out of overtime. Don't go nowhere.
One touch from you and I'm out of control. Not running back now, I don't care if I fall.
Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Honoring the caution flag here. Peter the base car has 8 laps remaining here on the ticket for tonight's season opener at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Currently 2:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here as we continue to pick off caution flag laps. Nicholas Maynard come back down on the pit road to address some of that damage after contact to the right rear off of Tony Cook, who is up and out of the racetrack here tonight. He has packed up the hauler and went ahead and took her on home. So the old-timer will have to settle here tonight. Looks like going to be for the 16th place spot in the field for the Madness Racing League. Right now we got Showtime Chase Johnson up on the front of the board here. He is the race leader. On the outside of him will be Neil Rutt III. We see these guys battle it out in the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division as well as the wheel and modified division. Neil Rutt III, a Wall Stadium real-time modified driver. Neil Rutt grew up around Ray Everham, raced with Noah Gregson, Christian Eckes, guys like that. So Neil Rutt definitely knows and has the experience on how to get around some of these racetracks. Ty Robertson has been bad fast all year long from Coleman, Alabama. He's already been the victory lane, I believe, twice on the Madness Racing League and other series. Can he pull off the Xfinity Series win here tonight as he spoiled the party at the Auto Club Speedway? At the Homestead Miami Speedway, excuse me. So it looks like Ty Robertson has the chance to go back-to-back here if you really want to think about it when it comes to the Xfinity races. We'll have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we'll get the one to go racing this time around as the flag is standing vertically from Freddie to flagman. It looks like maybe the lights will go off on top of the pace car. Yes, they will. It's going to be 7 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Stay out of the overtime, and we'll have 2 of them if we need it, but I'm praying the Lord right now that we can take this thing to the green flag right here. Neil Rutt III will be on the outside looking for his first ever Madness Racing League win here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Chase Johnson, no stranger to victory lane here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He's worked his way up through the cycle. Tons of guys involved in an accident here tonight. Big time crash there for Carter Jackson and Corey Riptide Tesner. So a little bit of help from Chase Johnson's teammate of Corey Tesner into Carter Jackson should help out these 2 guys up here. Right now we got a full front row of Chase Johnson racing. And Corey Tesner going to be on the outside second row here behind Neil Rutt. Ty Robinson's going to be in the 3rd place spot. We're going to get Blake Koschchild, who's currently in that hard charging spot right now in the 5th place spot. The number 16 machine has had some speed in it all night long. We'll see how things shake out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Headed through turns 3 and 4 with 7 laps to go in the season 3 opener for the race with a drive for a Cure 225. Peter the base car working his way through 3 and 4. It's going to be Johnson, the race leader. He'll be in control of the Echo part. We start low. Neil Rutt will have to stay behind him. Make sure he don't fire off in front of the number 5 of Chase Johnson. Green flag is back in the air here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Johnson steps down on the gas, and we're back racing. If it would ever show that beautiful shot, that's going to be one hellacious shot around the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Watching the crowd coming over here to the scoreboard. Oh, whatever. See it. Guys getting loose. Coming up down the racetrack off of turn 2. Guys are going to have to sort it out down the back straightaway. We got trouble again. Caution flag will fly. Sliding through your living room. Here comes Michael Ponder Jr. Kyle Fountain tore up in the mix. Kyle Fountain hard on the inside wall. He's got big damage down the back straightaway. We'll back that ass up here for the number 59 of Kyle Fountain. Looks like Michael Ponder Jr. This all started with the maybe looks like the younger brother of James Fountain. If he was a little bit loose there, not sure. We seen the pink car in the middle there. Tucked down and in away to the number 59 of Kyle Fountain. James Fountain jumps on the bottom side. Caleb West gets a little pink paw from Kyle Fountain to Michael Ponder. Turns around about 2-3 guys. And 2 guys take hard inside shots to the inside safer barrier. We'll back that ass up on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Michael Ponder Jr. takes a rod as well down the back straightaway. Looks like maybe ping pong 4 wide at the Charlotte Motor Speedway will never work here, never has, and probably never will. We'll back it up here, show you one more time on the replay. Looks like Caleb West just gets put down on the bottom side here. Kyle Fountain will plug the hole to Michael Ponder Jr. Everybody will get ping-ponged around, and 2 hard shots here on the inside wall. Down the back straightaway, one for Caleb West, one for Michael Ponder Jr., and one for the Cousin Big Country Machine of Kyle Fountain. We're right on Kyle Fountain. We'll see exactly how this unfolded so quickly for the number 59 machine. We'll back that ass up here right out the front windshield. 4 wide here, just getting pinged around. Hard into the inside wall, back onto the outside. Bam, harder in the safer barrier. Everybody's involved here across the front stretch at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Kyle found out to take it back down in the garage. Michael Ponder Jr. tries to get it turned around here, and this Tides Pod 17 machine is destroyed. Michael Ponder Jr. might have to call it quits here tonight. Chase Johnson still going to be our race leader here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway here in the Xfinity Series. Season 3 kickoff race. We're headed to overtime. You ain't going to want to miss a thing. Keep it right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for race number 1 of the season 3. Excuse me, for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series. 4 laps remain here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. The DJ is cranking it up here because he's excited on what may happen. Why? Headed to overtime here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And let me tell you something, folks. With no longer a win and you're in, when I tell you it's anybody's ball game, it is anybody's ball game. Chase Johnson's going to be the race leader here with Ty Robertson, who has led the most laps here tonight on the outside of him. Neil Rutt III will be in the 3rd place spot there in that white and silver 66 machine. Corey Riptide Tesner gets into the left rear of Carter Jackson, spins him around head on until the inside wall. No damage to Corey Tesner in his number 8 machine, so he's still out here on the racetrack trying to put together something here tonight. Meanwhile, Blake Koschchild currently running in the hard-charging awards position right now as he is up 21 spots here tonight. Blake Koschchild been red hot here recently on the Madness Racing League in each and every single series. Supporting the titties here tonight by putting pink on the race car. Reminding you guys to go get checked if you need it. So it looks like we're going to get the 1 to go racing this time around. Ladies and gentlemen, headed to overtime here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway to kick off the opening race of Season 3 for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to know how it works? Real simple. Green, white, checkered style. If these guys get all the way around the racetrack and take the white flag before a caution flag were to fly, that will be the end of the race. There's nothing that we can do. No more cautions can be called. The first person back to the line will win the race here tonight. However, ladies and gentlemen, if we cannot keep these race cars in one straight line before completing 1 lap after the drop of the green flag, we will re-rack them one more time here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel with a chance at the Charlotte Motor Speedway to go at it again. They wreck a second time. That'll be it. The caution flag will fly, and who has ever scored electronically off the scoring tickers on the racetrack will be the race leader and winner here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Chase Johnson is 2 laps away from winning the first race here on the Season 3 Xfinity Series for the Madness Racing League. Chase Johnson has several Xfinity wins underneath his belt, but this might mean a little bit of something different here with not being able to guarantee yourself a way to the championship off a win. Chase Johnson trying to get all the points added to his score necessary here by winning the race and possibly charging his way through the field, only up 2 spots by starting in the 3rd place spot. It's not going to happen. Ty Robertson, though, looking for that second Xfinity Series win. Neil Rutt never won on the Madness Racing League. He'll be in the 3rd place spot here on the restart. Corey Tesner been aggressive here all night. We'll see what he'll do here. Blake Koschchild winless in the Madness Racing League. Nicholas Maynard turned around by Tony Cook on accident. Gets right rear hook. Green flag is back in the air here on the overtime for the Madness Racing League. Chase Johnson gets a great jump. He'll jump out to the front of the pack. He'll take to the top side of the racetrack, try to chop off a little bit of air to Ty Robertson. Ty Robertson, Neil Rutt battle door to door behind Chase Johnson into turns 1 and 2. Everybody trying to fan out down the front straightaway. Nicholas Maynard now on the bottom side of the racetrack, sailing down the back straightaway. Want to look down low. That's Blake Hochschild and Ty Robertson. Blake Hochschild to get his hair cut off there at the fall, right back in front of the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard. Headed back toward the white flag here on the Moody Scooter Racing Channel, presented by AFLglobal.com. 1 minute and 13 seconds left to go in the session, but it looks like we're going to get it here. White flag is in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, down the back stretch here for the final time here tonight on the Moody Scooter Racing Channel. Heading here, 3 wide up the middle, Nicholas Maynard goes. He'll get left hair hooked by Michael Durham Jr. Around goes the kid of Nicholas Maynard. He keeps it off the wall, but it's going to be showtime. Chase Johnson using his lessons learned out of his notebook to hold on to the race lead. Come off of turns 3 and 4, and Chase Johnson will win the the Season 3 Xfinity Series opener here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Nicholas Maynard goes around. He's working his way through 3 and 4. He'll have to come across the line from 4th or 5th place all the way to the back. The kid comes across the line here on the Moody Scooter Racing Channel. But it'll be Chase Johnson in the number 5. Chase Johnson Racing STI machine going to victory lane here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway after holding off the rest of the pack in overtime. Him and his teammate Corey Riptide Tesner will bait doors up the racetrack. Corey Tesner turn around Carter Jackson here. Corey Tesner might have to take a trip to the Madness Racing League hauler at the end of this one. Blake Hochschild, 3rd place here tonight. No, Blake Hochschild tried his ever-loving heart out. He'll get a podium finish. The number 16 Payhouse machine looks like it'll come home scratchless with no damage on it, but it'll be showtime. Chase Johnson bringing it down here in front of the fans, trying to turn his number 5 machine around to go burn it down here for the cancer patient as we have sitting in the front row. Chase Johnson, hashtag healthy tits on the race car. He'll burn it down across the front stretch. As Chase Johnson continues to burn it down here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, he'll get this thing turned around. We got several guys piled up here on the front stretch looking to get a driver interview and talk about their performances here tonight to kick off the Season 3 Xfinity race. Ladies and gentlemen, Chase Johnson will get it turned around here as the crew comes out onto the front stretch to sand. Chase Johnson will go get the flag to celebrate. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Moody Scooter Racing Channel. We have just wrapped up the Season 3 Drive for a Cure 225 for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series kickoff race. It has been one hell of a show here tonight. We appreciate you guys tuning in and showing us the love that you have all night long. I'll fix the screen for you folks. I know it's a little bit off, and that is my apologies. Ladies and gentlemen, Chase Johnson holds on there in overtime to find his way back to victory lane in the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series. Especially here in Season 3, he'll be the first winner and have the title to be able to claim that. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we may have a pit reporter down here with the number 5 of Chase Johnson. Let's see what he had to say. You guys got a copy? Go ahead.
Down here in victory lane at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the race for a Cure 225, where Chase Johnson has just survived here in overtime. 12 caution flags on the race here for you, Chase Johnson. You'll pick up the first win of Season 3. Something different here for the playoff format, so it doesn't lock you into the playoff by any means, but it'll put you up on top of the leaderboards, probably leaving out here tonight, winning the bonus points without the rest of the field. 32 cars piled out the Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight, and you were number 1. Kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, just a great day overall. It really helps out when you can start up front. Just from there, starting up front, just having to try to keep the track position all day. That was really key. And really just trying to save a little bit of tire as we went. That was the key today is the tire wear. So just really happy that we could get a win here on the kickoff. Another fast car here at CJR. Glad we can get 1-2, and glad we could get a win without getting any incidents on the track. It was a really clean day for us. So we can really hang our head high about that. And overall, it was a great day. Can't complain too much at all. So I appreciate you putting it on, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Chase Johnson will go to victory lane here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the race for Tier 225. We'll scoot down here to the second place finisher, driver, the number 8, Corey Tesner. Corey, contact there with the number 15 of Carter Jackson. Kind of walk us through it. Neil Rudd in the fence as well. Not sure what was going on, but you were able to shake up through that last final restart. I think you went from 4th place to 2nd. Just kind of walk us through your finish. 150 laps here tonight. 12 caution flags. You were involved. And I think a little bit of damage early, but this car looks pretty clean to end it.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy day for us. Got almost right hooked for about halfway through the race. Don't know how we kept it going forward. About wrecked a couple different times actually, but yeah, on that last restart, got 3 wide on the coming to the white flag, and I tried to keep it down on the bottom as much as I could, but I knew I had to drive it in there. I did drift up the track a little bit, but I don't think it was anything too crazy as it being the white flag, so I'm glad that CJR could get a 1-2, and we'll come try and do it again here in 2 weeks.
That's the number 8 of Corey Tesner. He'll be back 2 weeks from now. We'll scoot down to the 3rd place finisher, driver, the number 16 Paint Hoss Machine, Blake Hochschild. Blake, looks like you had maybe the strategy there at the end to throw a set of tires on about 20 laps to go. You got to mingle your way through the field as we have 5 caution flags there to end the last 25 laps. But it looks like you're going to earn the Hard Charger Award tonight. Start 26 on the grid, and you'll finish P3 tonight. What a big day for the Paint Hoss Toyota team.
Yeah, first just want to thank Paint Hoss Precision Setups, Pay RVA, Tilly's, and all the other sponsors who make this go around. It was definitely a good race for us. We tried to play a little bit of strategy towards the end there, like you said. I think Nicholas Maynard decided to do the same thing. Unfortunately, he got caught up in a little bit towards the end there, so I don't think he had as good a finish. But excited for what's to come for the rest of the season for us, and yeah.
That's the number 16 machine of Blake Hochschild. We'll scoot down here to the 4th place runner-up driver, the number 9, Ty Robertson. Ty got pink on the race car here tonight, supporting the breast cancer awareness along with a bunch of other drivers. You'll start P1 and grab the first pole for season 3, but not able to get back up there to go to victory lane tonight. A top 5 for you. P4 on the board. The Credit One Bank machine was fast. You led a couple laps here tonight, and you may or may not be in contention for the most laps led bonus point. Just kind of walk us through your race.
Yeah, first I want to give a shout out to my teammate Sean over there. It sucks that we both got caught up in an incident right there, 3 wide, and got forced into the wall. It gave us both damage and put us back, but we rallied back and got up front. Had a pretty good finish. It sucks we got ran up the track there on that last lap by the number 8 car. Maybe could have held on to at least 3rd if that didn't happen, but shit happens. So we'll go on to the next race.
Ty Robertson will bring home the 4th place spot here tonight in the race for Cure 225. We'll scoot down here to the number 66 of Neil Rutt, the 3rd modified driver turned NASCAR tonight. Neil, you'll turn in here tonight on an open charter, make the race on the qualifying time, start P7 on the grid, and grab a top 5 here tonight. Not sure if we'll see you back here full-time on the MRL Madness Racing League Xfinity Series, but if we do, you had one hell of a performance here tonight. Just kind of walk us through your race and how you can build.
Yeah, got the phone call this morning. A couple of the sponsors found some funding, and we moved on from the modified to Xfinity ride relatively quickly, so that was always good. I'll be back. A couple big races and coming up, so I probably won't be here for a couple of them, but it was fun racing with some of these guys that I haven't raced with in the other league. Had a good car. We were running up front for a while. Had a lot more speed, I think, on the top compared to most. I was able to just drive it in and get pretty good exits there in 1 and 2. At the end, just kind of bit my tongue a little bit, rode around, couple contacts. It is what it is. It's 5 laps to go. It's going to happen. Came home in one piece, though, with a top 5 in the first race.
And that's the number 66 machine of Neil Rutt. His first start here in the Madness Racing League goes well. Grab a top 5. We'll scoot down here to the P10 finisher, Nicholas Maynard, driver, the number 02. Nick, kind of walk us through your race there. Drove up in the top 3, battling with Chase Johnson and James Fallon early in tonight's race. Cycles out to the back. Kind of walk us through the weapon towards the end. It was a great race here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway, racing for a great cause. Everybody out there with breast cancer, got a prayer in for you. However, the last 25 laps was one of the most absolute dog shit things I've ever been a part of. 2 left hooks and a right hook to the back of this 02 machine. I'm never happy when I'm leaving the racetrack with $100,000 worth of damage in race cars and a hurt ego. But the 02 Toyota Supra was fast here today. Couldn't ask for anything better. FBM coming out here strong to our debut top 10 for us. Teammates didn't get quite what they were looking for. Boogeyman got put home early, and Kyle Fountain had some damage. But we're going to go to Rockingham 2 weeks from now. See you then. That's the 02 of Nicholas Maynard. We'll throw it back up to the booth here. We'll see if we have anything else going on here on the broadcast. This has been the driver interview portion part of tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in just a moment. We got some harsh words from the kid of Nicholas Maynard. He was not happy. But we had a couple other guys. Chase Johnson wins it here tonight on the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season 3 opener live from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll bring up the DJ Jam one more time. I'll be back with the post-race show. Get everything wound up for you folks. Stay right here. We'll be back in just a moment.
Feelings right now circling, fall from grace, not a chase. It feels so special, so magical here and now. Hurricane, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. Yeah, you bury me.
Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. The DJ cranking it up here as the fans start to pile out the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This was one hell of a race here tonight. The drive for a Cure 225 for the Xfinity Series Season 3 for the Madness Racing League. Kicked off the race here tonight with a beautiful firework tribute show. We had a beautiful guy come in tonight, play the national anthem on the trumpet. If you were here, you heard it. It was one hell of a show. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys tuning in here. Chase Johnson wins it here tonight on the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season 3. And there you go, folks. Chase Johnson back in the Big 3 lane here on the Madness Racing League. Corey Tesner got the second place spot here tonight, followed by Blake Hochschild and the number 16 Paint Hoss Toyota Supra. He charged his way to the front of the field. Blake Hochschild will leave tonight's main event with the Hard Charger Award. Tyler Robertson comes so close there tonight. He'll lead tonight's main event with the most laps led points scored tonight. We'll add that on to the bonus points of Ty Robertson. Neil Wright III comes in here tonight, puts the modified to the side, grabs the Xfinity car out of the trailer, brings on the top 5 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Trevor Wall from Pelzer, South Carolina, driving the number 7 Ford Mustang from Pelzer, South Carolina. That driver right there is one hell of a character. P6 tonight for Travo Wall. Holden Wheeler gets a P7 spot here tonight in the number 094 Mustang. Way to battle back after being a lap down early. Michael Durham Jr. gets into the left rear of Nicholas Maynard there on the white flag. Not sure what was happening. Seems the pushing and shoving down there on pit road. Michael Durham Jr. and Nicholas Maynard not happy with each other. Caleb West rounds out the 9th place spot here tonight. 15 spots gained on the night for the number 1 Chevy Bowties. He damaged his race car early in tonight's event, but held on to it there at the end after Cameron Sands and him collect contact. You heard it. Harsh words from the kid of Nicholas Maynard, the driver of the number 02, after contact there at the end. Left rear hook and a right rear hook to the 02. He'll get the 10th place spot here tonight. Logan Pearman in the number 19 Barbasol Toyota Supra from Nancy, Kentucky. Had some speed in that race car here tonight. Drove up to the race lead. Contact between him and looked like he went across the front nose of Carter Jackson. Not sure what happened. They'll have to come to the agreement on it. Logan Pearman, P11 tonight. Carter, looks like Kevin Tangos, will get the 12th place spot here tonight from Hawthorne, New Jersey. And that's not enough really talked about for Kevin Tankos might have finished 9 laps down, but work was the topic tonight on the number 4 machine. The Season 2 champion is going to have to dig himself out of a hole. 12th place spot here tonight. Carter Jackson's got some work here to do if he's going to return on the Booty Scoot Racing channel after being left hook rear turned around by Corey Riptide Tesner with 11 laps remaining here on the main event. Here we had 5 caution flags within the last 25 laps of tonight's main event. Carter Jackson will bring home the 13th place spot, followed by James Fountain in the 14th place spot, then number 24, Chase Johnson Racing Cancer Machine. It just looks like he burned the Goodyear rubber off of that machine late tonight, hit the outside wall after getting into a wreck. Michael Ponder Jr. What a huge shot to the outside wall, and you see it's got his eyes wide open down there on his picture. He's absolutely hurt. We'll have to check him out for the concussion protocol. P15 tonight for Michael Ponder. Jonathan Smith, not happy with the way that he was raced here tonight, turned around by 2 different individuals. We'll hopefully see Jonathan Smith return 2 weeks from now. Meanwhile, Tony Cook brings home the, looks like going to be 17th place spot here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And he will have one hell of a performance here, but turn around there after him and Nicholas Maynard make contact. He'll get into the left rear of the kid and trash his own vehicle. Kyle Fountain will bring home the 18th place spot because of Big Country. And the number 59 FBM Cougar Toyota Supra has some speed in it late. Hard into the outside wall will end his night early. Sean Williams up and over, barrel rolling down the back straightaway into turn 3. Not happy with the way that he was raced there. Says this car shouldn't have been upside down in the first place when he crawled out of it. Jim Treat came in here tonight, made his Booty Scoot Racing channel debut from Ramsey in his Toyota Supra. The Precision 367 had some speed, but just didn't have the precision to avoid all the wrecks here tonight. 20th place spot for Jim Treat. Nick Crawford brings home the 21st place spot, followed by Zachary Waits. 22nd place spot, Trent Hughes got up there for a little bit here tonight. He'll bring home the 23rd place spot. Virgil Perriman driving the number 42 machine. Virgil Perriman Senior from Chapez, Kentucky, driving the Toyota Supra. Comes out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, brings home the 24th place spot. Cameron Sands didn't get many laps tonight underneath the belt of him, as well as John Michael Bryant. These two collide after Cameron Sands gets turned around down the back straightaway. John Michael Bryant, nowhere to go. He'll get the 26th place spot. Trenton Johns will get the 27th place paying spot here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, followed by Jackson Lash, the 28th playing spot. Nolan Milanez didn't even get a chance to get out on the racetrack. He'll miss it on qualifying time as well. It's Alex Fuller. He'll miss it on the qualifying time, and Joseph Klein couldn't even get it off the racetrack from Luling, Texas. After trouble on the track, race to number 14, and he'll drop a piston in the practice session. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll round out everybody and how they ran here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, America's home for racing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to remind you to check us out 2 weeks from now for season 3, race number 2 at the Rockingham Speedway in North Carolina. We'll kick it right here in the state of North Carolina. For the time being, somewhere through the midst of those clouds is the Rockingham Speedway, and you'll find us there 2 weeks from now. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season 3. Blake Hochschild taking it home to the garage, as that'll do it here for the Drive for a Cure 225 live here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, reminding you to check us on out Wednesday night. Playoff race number 1 for the Madness Racing League Next Gen Cup Series, live from the brand new North Wilkesboro Speedway. CJR has an immediate team meeting tomorrow morning following the Corey Tesner wreck, and Chase Johnson, the driver team owner, winner here tonight. Not happy with the way that the Chase Johnson Racing teammates got it done here tonight, but he'll find his way on the victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. There's your final shot of the scoreboard. Chase Johnson wins it here for the Drive for a Cure 225. We'll see you Wednesday night at the North Wilkesboro Speedway.